America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to foot.
We're losing our democracy!
More inflation. What a stupid son of a bitch.
Wake up!
Before we get into that, let's get into this. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Liberty Bowl. It is, of course, live stream Friday, as we do just about every Friday here. We come together, talk about the latest in news, politics, culture, the fall of Western civilization as we know it, and everything else going on. Today, we're going to be pretty much focused on the news of the week, which is, of course, left-wing violence. It's become rampant. The gun violence is out of control. These people are becoming a real threat to our democracy here. And yeah, we're going to talk about that. So, of course, as you guys know, I'm sure everybody knows, everybody nationwide, fucking globally, it's the news is spread quite a bit. Yep, Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Of course, with us being a Friday night show, we had the benefit of basically getting the Bongino rule in effect automatically. So this took place on Wednesday. Of course, today's Friday. They've caught the guy. Of course, everything's up to speculation. Of course, it's who knows what's really going on, but essentially, it does appear that they've caught the guy. So of course, Charlie Kirk was at a Turning Point event at Utah Valley University. I believe that's what it's called, UVU. And yeah, he was doing his thing, and from across the roof, somebody went and with a 30-06 bolt action rifle went ahead and shot him, got him right in the neck, right in front of his family. Absolutely horrific, and the entire nation has been in mourning since. I mean, if you guys have been over, the Twitter spheres or whatever social media sites you guys have been on, I'm sure that you've seen a lot. Just put it that way. It's been a war zone out there on the social medias, to put it lightly, and there's lots of people that are thinking that might spill out into a society, and that it might become an actual war zone. Now, of course, this isn't like the old Civil War days where the South versus the North, and these states are going to try and segregate from those states. This is more just urban factions. Just kind of again, this is speculation here, but I mean, if it were to take place in this sort of modern context of the United States, it wouldn't be like, say, North versus South or this state versus that state. It would basically be small factions committing acts of terror all over the country, basically. So yeah, it could get dicey out there. Of course, we always hope for peace. We pray for peace. We always want peace. But it's seeming to get to the point where that's not becoming an option anymore. Right? These people, for the longest time, we've cracked jokes and like, oh, these people are just idiots. Like, these people are just fucking morons and shit. They fucking get goose stepping into communism because they don't know what's good for them. But at this point, it's beyond that. It is no longer these are our fellow Americans. These are our neighbors. These people they're just misguided. Like, no, these people are the embodiment of evil at this point. Like, and with evil, you cannot reason with it, cannot negotiate with it. You cannot just let it live amongst you. Evil must only be stamped out. And it's looking like it's getting to that point. So yeah, everybody just kind of watch out for yourselves. Build community. Go to church. Learn about your neighbors. If you live in one of these left-wing cities, probably fucking leave. Yeah, just do what you guys can, man. But it's looking like it's going to get pretty rough out there. There is other ways around that. We're going to be talking about that, in a little bit. But real quick, man, just let's hear what's your spiel?
I mean, I really don't know, the whole, yeah, of course you want peace for your children, but with these type of people around, that's probably, impossible. You've seen this play out like in China with the revolution. It took place with, the youth. That's who, were turning their own family in and, murdering professors in front of crowds and whatnot. Man, it wasn't, the older people or even the military. It was, college age and high school kids that, started that revolution that turned, China into a communist fucking hellscape, right? Um, these people, like you said, demonic, right? But just reptilian ghouls celebrating the death of a man in front of his children. Regardless, I mean, I disagreed with Charlie Kirk on plenty of shit. I'm not some Kirk super fan or
Right.
no bullshit. I mean, but at the same time, you got to admit that the dude was respectful and kind to people, and he walked into the lion's den. There's not a lot of people that have that nerve to do that, once, let alone repeatedly in front of thousands of people, which the vast majority of which fucking hate you. You know what I mean? And regardless of how how much vitriol they spit, or how much aggression they showed towards him, he was calm, kind, and respectful. And that's why they murdered him out, because he was an effective orator. And just like his yearbook said, like the dude was most likely to be president of the United States. And there's no doubt in my mind that at minimum he would have made a good run for it, right? Again, regardless of how you feel about the dude, his politics or whatever, I mean, that's the truth. He was only 31. You can't run until you're what, 45? Yeah, he probably would have been president one day. You know what I mean? He's the CEO of one of the largest political apparatuses in the country, built from the ground up with zero connections and fucking nothing but a high school education. You know what I mean? And so again, that's why they killed him. And it's terrible that we have to refer to these fucking communist ghouls that are celebrating this, making fun of his wife, making shirts, debate this, like that lets you know that they killed him for words. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's the reason that the left has tried to equate words with violence, so they could excuse violence against words. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
again, it's terrible that these people are, you have to refer to them as your countrymen, because it's at that point to where they're not American anymore, regardless of birth or what have you. These are fucking straight up communists,
They're
and
an
that's the
enemy.
antithesis of America. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so the whole peace thing, and we want we want it to be nonviolent, like to an extent. Obviously, I don't know what war is like. Right? I'll be the first to admit that. I've never been in an active war zone. I have no fucking idea. You know what I mean? But at the same time, what good is my life if my kids don't have a future?
Right. Well, in terms of peace, I didn't necessarily mean I want this to
I
all
didn't
just.
even mean you. I meant the
I know.
kumbayas around the
Right.
fucking.
Right.
It's a time to come together, and we got to go for unities, and unities
Right.
with our own. You know what
Right.
I mean?
Right. Yep. And so, yeah, basically, like like what I was saying in terms of we want peace is as I qualified with it earlier, you cannot live amongst evil. You cannot just let evil live amongst you. It must be eliminated. That's what I mean
You
by we
tolerate
want
evil, you
peace.
destroy it.
Right. By peace, it means these people cannot walk amongst us in society. Like these people, yeah, we cannot go on with our nation this divided, this far divided anymore. And it's clear what side loves this country and what side wants to destroy this country. It's clear who the good guys are, and it's clear who are the evil people that only seek to destroy. Right. As as you said, Charlie Kirk was peaceful. He was always peaceful with them. He said things that they didn't like, of course, but then again, these people are the most fucking weak-wristed fucking snowflakes that could ever exist, and
Yeah.
probably have ever existed in human society ever, because no society has ever had it as good as these people. No society in the history of humanity has ever lived as good as the modern American does today. right? And so these people, they don't know, what hard times, they don't know, they don't literally, that's why they're, you tell them anything and they can't handle it. Words are violence to them, right? um these people they're delicate, they're coddled, they're the participation trophy generation. um and yeah, they are completely antithetical to everything that America stands for. Now, the other point that you were talking about earlier with the the like the obviously revolution is a young man's game. Um, well, it's like I say, in terms of who, between right and wrong, the lines are clearly being drawn. And dude, I mean, since Donald Trump, first started running, dude, young males have shifted toward the Republican Party at 44%. Like
Right.
that's
And
that's
and according to
insane.
the Don and June bug, it's due almost solely to fucking Charlie Kirk. You
Right.
know what I mean? Because again,
Exactly.
he walked into the lion's den to
He
peacefully and logically
on the
change
front
minds.
line every day.
Right.
Front line every day, dude. Like that dude was I mean, like I said, not every single thing that he said we agree on, but nonetheless, he did love this country, and that dude he was a master debater, you know.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
I mean, he fucking destroyed people. I mean, the dude, again, just a high school education, just recently went to a debate at Cambridge, like a Jubilee style, where it was just person after person. And besides people getting hyper and thinking they're scoring wins by, continuously trying to talk and scream over him, he destroys everybody, man. You know what I mean? And that's self-made. I mean, I mean, maybe he was in the debate club in high school, but that doesn't get you ready to debate at Cambridge. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
he did that for himself, man.
Yep. Yeah. And wasn't he fucking homeschooled like his whole life?
No, I mean, he went to high school, like I said,
Okay,
because
so he went to a high school.
Megan Kelly was reading, the excerpts of his yearbook where he was voted
Right.
most likely to be president, most likely to fucking be a CEO. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. So I mean, obviously that would end, because I mean, of course, you could still get in yearbooks even if you're homeschooled. Like, I mean, you could still participate in school sports even if you're homeschooled. You just go to the nearest local school and stuff like that. So I mean, there's still that possibility. But I mean, obviously, it does seem like his classmates obviously knew him. He probably wasn't just some guy that popped in and played sports, or popped in and fucking was on the debate team and left or something like that.
Right.
So I mean, I'm pretty sure he probably but I did hear that he was homeschooled for a little while. So I mean, yeah, dude, the dude was he was a badass when it came to articulation, right?
Yeah.
Um, and at the same time, he was the one that was trying to extend the olive branch. He was the person that wanted to hear your side. He was the person that wanted to have a conversation with you. You guys killed that guy. There's nobody
Yeah.
that wants to talk to your ass no more. There's
Yeah, the
nobody that
people
wants to
that
hear a
scream
fucking thing you
about
got to
threats to
say.
democracy, like you just killed democracy. Like he was
Right.
practicing democracy. The original form of democracy is sitting on a hillside and talking, right? In fucking ancient Greece, man. Like it
Yep.
was, a synopsis is what they referred to it then at the time, right? But or symposium rather, my bad. And that's exactly what the man was doing.
Yep. And yeah, they shot the messenger, So whatever goes
Yeah,
forth
so
from here, it is what it is, I suppose.
yeah. Yeah, you're definitely not going to get the same, like you just said. The he was calm, peaceful, kind, respectful. You're not going to get that now. Like I was just saying before the show started, the meme that I just saw. You killed the nice guy. Now you're going to get Nick Fuentes and Milo Yiannopoulos and all these people that have been banned across the globe for the past few years. I mean, now they're getting 275,000 views on live streams and shit. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like it's a whole different ball game now, man.
Yep. You guys fucking destroyed the olive branch. Like that's who he was. He was the guy that was trying to pull you. He was like, dude, honestly, like I mean, like I say, the main thing that he was for was he was trying to get people to just fucking have a family, to like fucking
Yeah.
find somebody that cares for them. Like that was his main thing.
That's what I'm
He
saying. He
was
was the furthest from radical. He was a
right.
milquetoast Republican that preached fucking, basic conservative values.
Right.
You know what I mean? God,
Basic
country,
Christian
family.
morality.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Simple,
they didn't
basic
like it
Christian
because
morality.
he would say, you know, men can't be women.
Right.
But he was also said that we should be kind to gays. There's no reason that anyone should be shunned from our movement. Like, that's another thing that I disagreed on, right? How are you a conservative if you're inviting the gays into the circle? Like, what are you actually conserving, right? But that
Right.
was him. That was his way. It was let's grow the circle. Let's you know, the kumbaya thing I just spoke of. That was Charlie, dude.
Right. Did you speaking of gays, did you see Dave Rubin on Pierce Morgan?
No, I did not.
Oh, dude, I got to pull this up, man. Yeah, he fillets fucking what's his fucking name? Old Chunky Yogurt.
Oh yeah. Old
Yeah.
jank.
Yeah. Like, oh man, let me see if I could probably find this on.
They used to be buds, you know. Fucking, I think Dave
Right.
Rubin used to work at the Young Turks, actually.
Let me see.
And I don't care though. I don't trust them fools, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like even like a Dave Rubin. I mean, dude, I don't
Right,
know, man.
right.
I don't get down with dudes that buy kids. None of that kind of shit.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah,
Man.
and have been accused since this, you know, with conversations since this has taken place, where, you know, immediately they're going to the, well, you support racism? Well, fuck you. Yep. They what? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm so sick of that moniker. Like, you've played that out. It's meaningless. Call me fucking racisms, dude. I give two fucks. You know what I mean?
All right, check this out.
As somebody who used to identify quite happily as a liberal, I found myself completely disassociated from the woke left in a way I just never thought possible, where people on supposedly my side would start to become science deniers, biology deniers, but also develop this incredibly hateful mindset that if you didn't go along with everything that they believed, you would be cancelled, you'd be destroyed, you'd be shamed, you'd be vilified. And now, as we've seen with Charlie Kirk, you will actually be murdered in cold blood simply for having opinions that they don't like. It is, as I said at the start of this, it's unnerving. It's quite scary, actually. And when you see those TikTok videos of them so proudly talking about this, joyously celebrating.
It's about the opinions that many, it's not even that it's about his actual opinions. It's about the opinions that many thought leaders on the left purport that he has, which are complete lies. So look, I am in somewhat of a reconciliatory mode here. So I'd like to ask Cenk, I have 10 headlines here he has put up about Charlie Kirk. They are on his channel right now. And let's see if Cenk believes that these are true. Charlie Kirk says prominent black women took white people's spots. Charlie Kirk boasts about his all-white basketball team. Charlie Kirk gives piggish advice to high school girls. Ex-employee exposes Charlie Kirk's grift. Charlie Kirk embarrasses himself. Charlie Kirk's brain melts explaining anti-vax conspiracy. Charlie Kirk rants about women in their 30s. Charlie Kirk has literally no clue how the real world works. Charlie Kirk gets triggered, declines appearance over pronouns. Charlie Kirk doubles down on women-hating backlash. I am telling you, peers, Charlie Kirk was one of the best human beings I ever met. He did not have a bone of racism, misogyny, or anything else in his body. But liars lie, and they gin up otherwise good people. From the little bit we know about this shooter, he had a stable household, he was going to college, he was fine. We'll find out where he got radicalized. But please, please, let's not pretend we don't know where this stuff is coming from. And please, let's not pretend that this thing is going both ways, because it is absolutely not. I also have, well, you know what, Cenk, I'll ask you a question directly, actually. Do you think Charlie wanted to be martyred? Do you think Charlie wanted to be martyred? Do you think Charlie wanted to be killed? Yes or no?
Of course not. What kind of asinine question is that?
You don't? Because that's pretty interesting. Because here's a video of you, Cenk, talking when Charlie was at a breakfast.
It allows for easy martyrdom for these guys, and they don't deserve it. But I do also want to point out, as they're in the middle of crying now, although Charlie was smiling ear to ear throughout the entire video, thinking, yes, I'm now the victim. and I'll get to claim that my rights have
Did you
been
catch the
infringed.
beginning of that, Jake? Listen, we'll do it again.
No, I didn't, and that's totally out of. No, we're not going to do it again. Totally out of context. I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
No.
He's gonna
no,
start
listen,
getting
listen,
sweaty.
brother,
You trying to
listen.
get
One second.
Is that what you're trying
Listen,
to do,
clown.
you loser?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
No. I'm
I
trying
was
to
going to do
expose-
conciliation.
Right, dude. That part right there. That part right there. Do you hear him? He said, "Oh, what are you trying to do? You're trying to get people to come attack me?" Oh,
Right, but by posting all those things that fucking Ruben just named, wasn't trying to get people to go
Right.
attack Charlie.
right.
You know what I'm
so
saying? And that's where, obviously we're going to go with this. It's the fucking media that's made all this fucking, brought all this to fruitation. I mean,
brought
don't
to
get me
you by
wrong. The
mainstream
media. Yeah, but the radicalization obviously happens in the Frankfurt School. We let integrate into our entire education system, and this again, the same thing in Red China, and that's the reason that a big part of the people that you see celebrating this shit on the fucking inner zones just happen to, they just happen to be teachers, administrators, superintendents, fucking librarians. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, fucking it's funny how fast they recognize stochastic terrorism when it's coming from the other side. But yet they
Right.
will literally day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. At this point, it's getting to decade after decade. They will sit there and they will try and
Yep,
frame
just
anybody that disagrees with their point of view as evil, as a Nazi, as racisms, as literally every single horrible thing. Literally Hitler. they say that literally Hitler, right? Yeah, I mean, it's the hypocrisy is unreal, dude. Like unreal, you know.
Yeah, and the fact that they can just keep every day look in the camera and keep a straight face and fucking, the biggest threat in this country is from the right. Like, I mean, just when this happened, you had some dude on CNN, repeating the lines, man. 80% of all violence comes from the right wing. Like,
Right.
point out a single fucking instance outside of January 6th.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that, that 6-hour riot, but at the meantime, they were firebombing the fucking goddamn White House just the year before. You know what I'm saying? 3 years before that, they fucking burned down the fucking president's, the president's church. The family had to be rushed to an underground bunker like for fucking days. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these people have done nothing but commit terrorist fucking acts for over a decade. And that's the epitome of terrorism is acts of violence in the name of politics, man. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Right. It's the obliviousness of these people is unreal. Now, in slightly Chank's defense, when he first got the news, he did absolutely condemn it.
I've seen it too.
Right, seemed like he was
yeah.
rather heartfelt about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought it. Not hook, line, and sink or nothing like that. But compared to all the other people, like yes, this is a horrible thing, horrible thing. But he did have horrible views, and this is what like all these people just trying to qualify. Like, dude, just say that this was fucking a bad thing. Like, just say it. Like, you don't have to. Well, he did. Like, dude, just fucking say it. Like, but at least he did that. But at the same time, really, he is part of the problem. He's been part of the problem, and now the problem is coming to his doorstep. He's trying to backpedal and walk back, and that's what all these people are trying to do. They're all trying to make it seem like, oh, I never did anything. Like, dude, you guys literally, the blood is on the hands of the mainstream media. Yeah,
and the reason they're backing up, it's not for anything, as far as morals are concerned. It's strictly because they don't want to lose their platform, and they know what they did, to us for fucking years for simply asking a question about a shot they were trying to make mandatory. You know what I'm saying? And this is again disgusting and ghoulish, a vile fucking demonic act. And, so they surely don't want to be, associated with that, because if there was ever a time for someone to lose their platform, it should be the people that, push fucking rhetoric that brought this about.
Right. You like fucking, another topic, obviously, but, fucking Nepal had a revolution actually this week as well.
Right.
It's got brushed to the side.
And again, if you watch the videos, it's all 20-year-old dudes and
Right.
shit.
Right. But just some of the images coming out of that, dude. Like, wouldn't you just like to see Rachel Maddow just fucking march through a fucking river? You know, like at this
Right.
point, dude, like, yeah, all of these motherfuckers,
Well,
like,
they stripped that dude, so no, I wouldn't want to see that.
right, right. But dude, like I say, honestly, like, fucking A, dude, like, the mainstream media has just been absolutely fucking disgusting. And honestly, fucking MSNBC has been by far the absolute, purveyor of propaganda, like, to the fullest. Absolutely, completely unrepentant, and purveyors of propaganda.
I think CNN's like right there, even with them,
They're
because
they're
they go about it in a different way.
they're
You know what I'm
pretty
saying?
even.
But I
But
mean, they try to be more underhanded about it, whereas MSNBC is just like pow, like Matt, like you
right,
just
yeah,
said, Maddow's right there, like he's
like,
fucking Hatlers. You're all gonna die from COVID. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
yeah, eyes
exactly.
fucking popping out of her skull
Yeah,
and shit. Like,
yeah. Whereas on CNN, they held fucking panels. You know what I mean? They
right,
get a hot black chick to hold a panel with. So that's it's their fucking
completely
race
different.
grifting and fucking terroristic acts are more blended in. It's why they got Scott Jennings. Like, well, we got a Republican on here, is
Right.
it?
We got a token Republican, guys. It's
Yeah,
all
and
right.
don't get me wrong, dude. I mean, he cracks some skulls, but again, he's more of a milquetoast Republican. You know what I mean? Like your standard fucking '90s conservative type of fellow, man. As a matter of fact, I think he was part of the Bush administration.
So I got a short attention span. I can't type and think, or I can't type and speak at the same time. Yeah, I've always been. I could hyper focus on things, but I can't focus on two things at the same time. I've always had that problem.
But yeah, I mean, where I was going at the end of that, when I was saying, you hate the fact that with the peace situation, and but in reality, I think it may be time for some fucking helicopter tours. And you even got like Javier Milei, who is obviously completely turned his country around, that
Right.
keeps fucking trying to reinforce into your mind that leftism is not only a mental disorder, but it's a fucking destructive disease that just destroys societies, man.
Right. And of course, I just typed in mainstream media. We'll just see what comes up, because there's been a whole lot. But obviously, old fentanyl Floyd over here, convicted felon, drug addict, media treats him as a saint. Talks to college kids. His death is mocked by media outlets. Right. That's the ethos of American media at the moment.
That's I don't know if you've seen, but like the AP, they pulled the stuff up the same with I forgot the Ukrainian girl's name. I don't want to butcher it, man, from the train situation. And they looked up on AP the differences in articles written about it. And George Floyd was over 3,000 articles on the AP, and
Right.
there was none
Right.
of the Ukrainian chick.
It's insane, man. Fucking,
Yeah.
what was the other one too? Fucking the three different ones of Wikipedia. It's like the stabbing of Irina Zrutska, I believe that was her name. The murder of George Floyd, and the shooting of Charlie Kirk. I said, obviously they have their biases. They have
Yeah.
their agenda that they're trying to push. In every single thing that they do.
Yeah, and Wikipedia tried to remove the fucking Ukrainian chick's story, man. They tried to say it wasn't newsworthy.
I don't think I've seen this one. Oh, this is November 2024. Never mind. But anyway, I'll see if I can find some of those in a little bit. But yeah, just the response. If I can, what was that? The guy's name, like Matthew Dowd or something like that. Got like fired like right away, like fucking within minutes of it happening. He's over there to fucking, well, he does kind of bring this upon himself,
And he was like, we don't know if this was one of his fans shooting off their guns in a celebratory shot, or like just the most ludicrous fucking shit, dude. You know what I mean?
Right, just trying to make a caricature of a redneck or something like that.
Yeah, no legal gun owner. Yeah, no legal gun owner is going to be blasting a gun into a crowd of thousands of fucking people in broad daylight.
Unless you're unless you're Joe Biden, then you just go out there and just put a couple shots in the air, You put that double barrel shotgun, point it straight to the sky,
Yep, fired 2 shots in the air.
All right, so
No,
He's
two
been one of
blasts. That's what
There's the Matthew Dowd. This fucking scumbag. Right, 2 blasts.
he's been one of the most divisive, especially divisive younger figures in this, who is constantly sort of pushing this sort of hate speech or sort of aimed at certain groups. And I always go back to hateful thoughts lead to hateful words, which then lead to hateful actions. And I think that's the environment we're in, that people just, you can't stop with these sort of awful thoughts you have and then saying these awful words and not expect awful actions to take place.
Matt.
And that's the unfortunate environment we're in. He's been one of the most
Right.
Dude, absolute fucking moron, dude. Like, what exactly is divisive about saying fucking you should live a moral fucking life and you know, take care of your kids and be happies? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, dude. Fuck, man. These people, dude. I like again. You know, you play out the word, but it's ghoulish as shit. Like, I don't know how else to put it, man. Just sick, and it's always the softest fucking bitch motherfucker that's spouting that shit. It's hates as anything to try to get you censored. You know what I mean? It's the same with any time, you know, there's a gun death, which is crazy because right now you don't hear them screaming, you know, we got to ban all guns. You know what I mean? Like every
I've
other
seen
fucking
lots
shooting.
of them actually. Gabrielle Giffords actually just put out a fucking article.
Well, that's her life goal now. You know what
that's
I mean?
her shtick now.
Right. I mean,
It's
you
not
know,
like
I
she
mean, I
thinks
guess
she's
you can
fucking running.
understand to an extent, right? I mean, it's a chick and she, you know, she got blasted in the fucking face. But then you
Right.
got, you know, men like Ronald Reagan that get shot. And well, you can't even say that because he's the one that put the original ban on the fucking fully automatic weapons, man. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
Shit, Trump got shot in the ear. He hasn't banned guns yet.
right.
Yeah. But again, of course, Reagan did also give us the Gun Owners Protection Act, which is basically is the law that made it absolutely illegal for the federal government to make a gun registry. Even though they still have their ways around it.
Yeah.
I was actually looking into it a little bit more in terms of like the 4473s. And so the 4473s, which is the form that you fill out whenever you go to purchase a firearm, those go to the FBI for you know, to run the background check and everything. Right. Right. Well, no, I mean, because it legally needs to be deleted immediately upon approval. They right. So the way that these 4473s are stored is at the gun shop. So the shop, the FFL that sold the firearm, they are required to maintain a you know, the 4473 forms in their files for I think it's indefinitely now, but I think that was just passed not too long ago. Of course, with everything going digital nowadays, they've also included that. But yeah, they pretty much the gun shop itself has to retain that information, and then of course the ATF and FBI or anything like that, if ever need be, can go audit from where the actual firearm was purchased itself. So yes, that's the whole thing that Reagan gave us basically.
You gotta keep them indefinitely. Like, you gotta have a paper copy so they can come pick it up, man. You're like, well, you guys have fun digging through that storage unit,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Of course, we also did see, you know, fucking. I mean, it wasn't, you know, obviously mainstream news or anything like that, but it was something I was watching. The ATF has been going and auditing gun stores because, of course, that's a normal thing that they get audited every so often to make sure that they're retaining that information. But the ATF has been taking that information. No reason why. They've just been going around picking up 4473s for no reason whatsoever. That was during the Biden administration, of course. Right. That was during the Biden administration, but
of course it was.
Right. But yeah, that's just the way that the government works. You know, they go off of the notion of it's better to ask forgiveness than to ask permission. Right. And so basically they bend the rules as far as they can until you know, they get sued or until, you know, the Supreme Court fucking smacks them in the fucking knuckles or something like that. But yeah, they try to. I mean, of course, we've been seeing it. You know, all these unelected bureaucrats have been trying to fucking make laws for decades now, and they've been pretty successful at it. To be honest with you, unfortunately, I don't know how that's a thing, but they've been doing it. You know, so yeah, there's that. But anyway, back to the you know, Charlie Kirk thing. with the whole thing that you were talking about earlier with the what is it, like fucking 80% of political violence is coming from the right. Of course, that is from the ultra Israel fucking Jews at the ADL. Of course, they are the same people that
It's
will
also the Biden administration, like you just said. That was also their FBI numbers
right.
and their fucking, AG's numbers. You know what I mean? Old fucking Merrick Garland's bitch ass.
Right.
And you've seen page after page of mug shots of black people and Mexican people, and it fucking says on the side, fucking race white. You know what I mean? And like they'll put fucking, what's the other one? Latin white, you know what I'm saying, or white Latin, some shit like that. Like, I mean, they just come up with plots and schemes to fucking, it's crazy because obviously the vast majority of the government is fucking white.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck, man?
Well, the whole thing is based off of the metrics that they use to actually, plot these numbers. So basically, the way there's left wing, and then there's everything not left wing, and that's considered right wing. So basically,
anything right is Stalin. You're
right.
an absolute domestic fucking threat. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? You're a
So
threat to our bureaucracy.
Like Ted Kaczynski and shit like that is lumped in with like fucking Saddam Hussein in the same category of right wing, according to them. So I mean, that's basically the how they get those numbers, right? And of course, obviously left wing terrorism has ramped up in a big way. Obviously, like we just talking about fucking Irina Zarutska, and that's another major story that took place. I mean, honestly, that's what I was putting on the list before Charlie Kirk got shot, and that was going to probably going to be the main thing. Of course, that talk about that for a second. Of course, a black man who had been arrested 14 fucking times, and of course let go because it would be racist to actually make him, face any sort of punishment for his crimes, or to put him in jail, anything like that, to take this person who has also said that they are schizophrenic and that the government put something in my body and they're mind controlling me. Like, yeah, when you're saying shit like that, like you should probably get on some meds, or you should probably not.
I got demons running all through me.
You probably shouldn't be allowed to be in the public anymore. But of course, these bleeding heart liberals and he's hurting, right? That was the thing that they were trying to do. Oh,
he's hurt, so he's
hurt, so he hurt, right? No.
Ooh.
Right? Absolutely
Van Jones,
ridiculous.
you little pud, you.
And of course, the mainstream media refused to. They didn't pick up the story at all. They tried to fucking brush it off as much as they can. And it was basically just a local news story. This took place in North Carolina. This was basically a local news story until, of course, the right found it, and it was like, holy shit. Because, of course, this was absolutely horrendous. Absolutely horrendous.
Because apparently it happened like a couple weeks before it even went viral, man. Like, they tried to sweep that shit under the rug like they do everything else. And what's even crazy, if you've done any kind of research or reading into it, the judge is not only an obvious DEI pick, and people will go, you're just talking shit. She doesn't even have a fucking law degree. Okay, she's never practiced law. Doesn't know shit, literally not qualified to sit on a bench, man. Then on top of that, dude, she's wrapped up in an ownership fucking role with a mental therapy joint, right? Basically, a psych joint, but like privatized, right? But gets, people that get paid for by the fucking state in there. And so obviously with his letter to, I promise to be a good boy and I'll show up in court. She said, okay, but you're reprimanded to show up to this therapy joint several times a week that she just so happens to reap the benefits from. And apparently it's a pattern with this chick. You know what I mean? And, I have, always got receipts if anyone wants to fucking question it. Right. But she looks exactly like you'd think. You know what I mean? Fucking.
Yep. So yeah, the whole I'll promise to appear and everything like that. Again, that's this whole fucking leftist notion of he just didn't get enough hugs. That's all that's going on here. Is nobody hugged him enough when he was a kid. Like,
right. I mean, that's what the pundits saying, but with the judges and shit like that, right? We know that it's a strictly on a racial basis for the simple fact that black juries will prosecute, convict a white, person at like 78%, but then for a black person that drops down to like 36%. You know what I'm saying? Like everything they judge on a racial basis, man. And we've let that shit get too far. The whole thing of, making you take fucking, African fucking Kwanzaa studies in fucking junior high and whatnot. I mean, that's all, this is what it's all led to. You got to refer to them as Africans, Americans, and you know what I mean? The separatism, it's
Right.
always apparent. Like it can never just be, this is our history as Americans.
Why
It's
can't
got
they
to
just
be,
be
well, this
like
is your
Americans,
history.
man?
Right, exactly. And I
Yep.
mean, then you'd have a whole different crop of people. You know what I
Right.
mean? Rather than fucking, they're at each other over the most minuscule shit, as if melanin fucking in your skin is some dictator of fucking, you know what I mean? Like we have to be separate and apart. I mean, if that's the way we want to roll, fuck, let's do it. You know what I mean? But let's just cut ties instead of letting the fucking joint, burn down.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, like I say, it's the left wing violence has been getting out of control. So of course, what makes it left wing? Just because he's a black guy means he's left wing? No, because the fact that after he fucking stabbed her, he's walking around on the train yelling out, "I got that white girl! I got that white girl!"
Yeah.
Yeah. Clearly, this is racially motivated.
Again, Van Jones again was talking about Charlie Kirk, dude. The night
Right.
before fucking, the shooting, he was on there saying Charlie Kirk was saying it's about race with absolutely no evidence. This is race mongering and just going on and on about Charlie Kirk, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like again, that's that media pushing a fucking narrative that incites fucking Riris to commit acts. You know what I mean? These fools on SSRIs or whatever. I know this kid was supposed to have come from, a nice wholesome fucking family in the woods, right, in Utah and whatnot, and like middle class, obviously in college, but that's where they fucking get radicalized. Like unless your kids are going to get like a
Right.
medical degree, a law degree, some shit like that, college is just going to destroy their fucking minds.
Unless they're going to fucking Grand Canyon University.
Right.
Fucking private, Christian, affordable.
Right. I mean, and it's
Yeah.
okay to go, through, more privatized schools and shit like that. That's not
Go
the
to
basis
fucking
if we
trade
got to
schools,
churn out
guys.
fucking communist protesters. But
Right, dude. Again, the whole entire. I mean, we've had plenty of conversation about the college education system. Dude, it's fucking ridiculous. Completely a scam. Obviously, we've talked about it before, dude. Like, why are they having these people fucking pay thousands and thousands of dollars? They're trying to fucking go become a fucking doctor. But they also need to know fucking geometry, and they need fucking they also need to take classes in fucking creative writing and shit like that, and like all these additional fucking core
but
classes.
even that, like a
completely
doctor, they
unrelated.
could say, we're trying to work on and his dexterity, right, with shit like that, or they could say, we're trying to expand the fucking mind for this and that. But it's even worse is that they'll make someone that's going to school for like HVAC do that kind of shit. Like you got to take
Right.
English classes to fucking work on an AC. Like what in the fuck? You know what I mean? It's just a way to get your kid further in debt while they're
Yeah.
being indoctrinated. It's to make it insurmountable so they feel hopeless when they
Yeah.
come out and
They
they
made a
feel
generation
it's
of wage
capitalism's
slaves.
failed us. Yeah.
Yep, they made a generation of fucking wage slaves that have absolutely no marketable skills, absolutely no life skills, and they were raised on this culture that we're talking about, where everything's racism and every single thing that might hurt your fifis in just the slightest way is violence. And dude, like obviously, you know what the result from that is going to be. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's crazy that like everything that they say is just that it contradicts the other. You know what I mean? Like they're against they're against the juices, dude, because of Gaza, but they refer to them as Nazis. You know what I'm saying? And like I mean, it's just everything they say is just it's asinine, dude. Like it contradicts themselves, like on a fucking minute to minute basis.
Right. So talk about Gavin Newsom real quick, because I just happened to come across this video. So Gavin Newsom was apparently on a podcast making an open call for violence against the right. Let's see. Gavin Newsom also made a statement that says the attack on Charlie Kirk is disgusting, vile, and reprehensible. In the United States of America, we must reject political violence in every form. All right. So that's what his posts say. Let's hear what his words say.
I'm sorry. I know some people's sensibilities. I respect and appreciate that. But right now, with all due respect, we're walking down a damn different path. We're fighting fire with fire, and we're going to punch these sons of bitches in the mouth. I'm sorry. I know.
Right. So this was
You're
just
such
a
a
couple days
fucking
before.
scumbag piece of shit, dude.
Right. So one thing that I am kind of wondering is, wonder how those fucking talks around the dinner table have been, because as we know from the podcast that Gavin Newsom himself did with Charlie Kirk, Gavin Newsom's son is a fan of Charlie Kirk. He's a well, at least at the time of taping, he's 14 years old. He's getting radicalized into conservatism. He's getting
Right wing
radicalized.
extremisms.
Right wing. He probably wants to have like a wife and kids or something. Oh,
Right.
So
and not cheat on them, man.
right. So like I said, I just wonder how things are going in the fucking Newsom household right now. I mean, obviously, dude, if you were a fan of Charlie Kirk's, even if you were moderately a fan of Charlie Kirk's, even if you just liked the fact that he's going out there and he's trying to make kids understand, make the youth understand the difference between the propaganda that they've been, filled through the old Frankfurt School of Indoctrination their entire fucking lives, and trying to snap them out of that. Everybody is feeling deeply for Charlie, and I'm sure Gavin Newsom's son is probably amongst that crowd. And of course, being who Gavin Newsom is, I'd have to imagine there's some pretty high tensions in the Newsom house right now.
I'm sure there always is. I mean, obviously, he cheated on fucking, his family with, his, what is it, campaign fucking manager's wife, who was also a good friend of the family and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like, the dude's shit from bottom up. He's made himself millions of dollars off of the backs of California. Like, I mean, where do you think he got his fucking winery and so on, right? The French Laundry, the fucking, it's from all these schemes where I'm going to stop homelessness, and $7 billion is gone, and there's been no tiny homes built. You know what I mean? Shit like that.
Right.
I mean, he got greased. Yeah, I mean, he got greased the fuck up.
I'm going to fix it. We just need more taxes. I'm going to fix.
Since he was just the mayor. You know what I mean? Since he was just the mayor of San Francisco, he's been saying this shit. It's been well over a decade, and it was his 5-year plan. And we're talking billions of dollars spent. The high-speed rail. Again, tens of billions of dollars spent.
He did clean up the city
for 2 afternoons.
Right. And of course, that was because, Communist China Supreme Leader coming to visit,
Yeah.
We must have put on a good affairs.
Even that, dude.
Good communist.
He could be a communist shitbag, but even that, it wasn't like it was just he was putting on a show for the communist shitbag. He was putting on a show because he thought that was putting him on the fucking world stage trajectory of the presidency. You know what I mean?
Yep. Fucking A, man. Dude, at this point, man, like, I don't know. In terms of, elections, things like that, like I say, I think that fucking Charlie Kirk is probably going to bring a lot more people over to this side. Unfortunately, passed away than alive. I mean, dude, like we're seeing posts all over the place, like people are straight up like, how do I go to church? Like, people are like, dude, like America is responding, like, dude, I'm seeing people that were like I said earlier, I was scrolling through my Facebook feed, which I never do. Like, I literally only go on Facebook so I could send this guy the link to go on and hop on and start the Liberty Bowl. But I went ahead and scrolled through, and most of my friends on there were friends, acquaintances, things like that from when I was a young man in my early 20s and stuff, and I was a bad person. I ain't gonna go into the details. I used to do a lot of shitty stuff, and dude, just a lot of the people on there are just absolutely fucking disgusting. Like, I just like, how the fuck did I even know these people before?
Probably a large portion, if not the majority, have probably never even listened to a full back and forth with Charlie Kirk. They've seen 10-second taken out of context fucking clips on the inner zones.
Right. Yeah, but then at the same time, I'm also seeing the opposite too. I'm also seeing people that were just like, "Oh, dude, I'm sure this motherfucker's probably going to be talking shit," and they're just like, "No, dude, like anybody talking shit about this is fucking disgusting." Like it's like, dude, like right on, you know. But like I say, it's a mixed bag. I mean, a lot of the people that are on the left are over there, you know, celebrating, you know, out there, you know, making fucking t-shirts and action figures and fucking out there, you know, on the streets, you know, fucking shouting, "We got Charlie in the neck," things like that, you know. It's absolutely fucking disgusting, you know. So I mean, like I say,
But you also saw some videos of a little pushback, man. Them cats screaming that
oh
shit,
yeah,
getting tossed into fountains and clotheslined, and you
do you
know what
see
I
that?
mean? Crowds fucking just ripping kids apart and shit. Yeah, I've seen
Right,
a lot of it. Like the vigil where the dude come through saying "fuck Charlie Kirk" or some shit, and the
right,
crowd
yeah.
got his ass. Yeah.
I got that on here. Let me pull. I got that on my page real quick. Oh no, I'm not verified.
And see, and they do
So
these
this
acts repeatedly. The last fucking 7, mass, school shootings have all been trannies or tranny adjacent, and fucking,
Trantifa in some sense.
yep. And you got these little, weirdos that are, blasting at Trump, and now Charlie, obviously, and again, this kid supposedly came from a wholesome joint, but people doing research on the inner zones have pulled up his posts where he's all about furries and whatnot, and apparently even one of the inscriptions on one of the casings was about a furry reference and shit. So I mean, we're talking, mind melted fucking weirdos, man.
Right, dude. And at the same, oh man, like that's a whole nother fucking can of worms. I'm gonna write that down real quick. All right, we're gonna watch this video real quick just because I got it pulled up and I don't want to keep us in the small screen for too long. But yeah, we'll talk about the writing on the fucking bullets and the way that the left is trying to fucking spin this. Like it's again, you don't hate the left enough. You don't hate the mainstream media enough. Like these people are absolutely.
But that you're
vile.
you're being very, very repetitive.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're one and the same, man.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. They're birds of feathers.
Yeah, you're like, but I'm being redundant, man. It's
right.
when I say the left and the media, I mean like the left media.
Right. And I say like the establishment and like the deep state and like the mainstream media and the left. I'm really talking about the same crew.
Right.
All right, but so this was at I believe the University of Idaho or a university in Idaho, and yeah, they're holding a vigil for Charlie Kirk, and apparently some guy just comes through talking shit, and yeah, let's check it out.
Guy's gonna get fucking some guy.
That's good.
Fuck yeah!
Get him, man.
I'll be honest, they could have done a lot better.
Yeah, fuck yeah. There's a shit.
That guy's walking
dude.
away. That guy is walking away. That is unacceptable. Unacceptable.
That's the old 50 Cent line, dude. 4 UFOs, I walk away with 4 stitches. That's not an assault. That's an insult.
Fucking actually bring up some old prison stories, guys. Fucking in prison, if you are sent in to what they call send somebody on their way, and that means basically this person is no good, you need to get them off of our yard immediately and in the worst way possible. If you're sent in to do something like that and the person does not leave on a stretcher, you're getting your fucking ass beat. Like, that's the fucking mentality that they should have had here. Like that guy should not have been able to fucking walk away.
I didn't see it.
It's always some chicks trying to instigate,
Right.
dude, whether it's right or left, man. It's all you hear chicks go, get them.
Yep. But yeah,
That's
so
what I'm
that was
saying.
about it. You know, there's not much else to that video, but yeah, dude. I mean, honestly, I don't care. These people should be afraid to leave their fucking homes. Like these people should be afraid to walk the fucking streets. Like honestly, I don't care anymore. I don't fucking care anymore. And again, not saying that anybody should go out and do anything, but these people, if someone's out there, you know, with a
At a
fucking picket
gasoline
sign,
station.
right. You get out there and you cause a scene and you let them know they are not welcome here anymore, anywhere. Right now, not saying anything like that, but I mean, honestly, dude, like if these people are antagonizing and things get violent, I don't fucking condemn it no more. I don't fucking care.
And the vast majority of what consists of the other side, man, you know what I mean? You see their weak-wristed bitches and chicks, man. You know what I mean? That, like you again, like I just said, it's always chicks instigating. That's even a huge portion of the videos that you see going around the zones that are them celebrating the shit. It's chicks, man. You know what I mean? Like that is the death of Western society. Like you see in the EU, old Vanderslut up there, fucking, you know what I mean? And you know, in the Parliament in Britain, saying we're gonna go ahead and open the door for all these Gazans and all this shit. Like it's chicks that are destroying Western society, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could call it you're misogynistic. I don't give two fucks. I mean, I'm just pointing out reality. I'm not going with. I'm not even going to state my opinion on how you should fix that. But you know what I mean? I'm just pointing out reality. That part isn't even a fucking opinion. I mean, it's real shit. And you know, again, they're associated almost solely with the left. I mean, you got your MAGA chicks and your chicks that follow their dudes and chicks that just like to be, you know, opposition. But for the most part, the left is, you know, probably 60% chicks, and then most of the dudes are fucking cook smokers.
Right. And that's the thing too with you know, the youth, as we were talking about earlier, you know, that it's the conservative, the young men have swung 44% to the right. Women, not so much. Not so
That's
much.
what I mean. I mean, there's just more strength in the right. It's not even about numbers or anything, man. It's about fucking men versus, like, again, I mean, you know, tennis playing dudes and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's pretty much what it comes down to.
Yep.
Like they don't even know. And they tried to do this obviously to us for years, right? Like we were just saying, a decade. Like again, you were just doing the old Maxine, right? If they see you anywhere, I mean, they tried to do this to us for years for doing nothing. Just like with Charlie, he did nothing but talk to people. And again, that's why they've equated words with violence, so they could try to commit violent acts against you. And like you said, you're not trying to push towards anything. You're not condoning, you know, go out and commit acts of violence. But when these people show up and try their antics, fucking stamp it out fucking immediately. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I mean, surely don't be afraid of some fucking, you know, little scrawny, you know, bird bone cat that's afraid to show his face, or some fat fuck. You know what I mean? Real shit. Just run up and punch him in the neck. Bow.
Yep.
And do their debate that, how they're making that joke shirt and stickers with fucking Charlie's neck blowing out saying debate this.
Right.
Every time you do it. Bow, debate this, bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Stab him right in the fucking neck.
Right. Debate's over.
Right. Yep. But yeah, man, these people are absolutely fucking vile. And that's why I say I don't call them my fellow countrymen no more. These people are not Americans.
Yeah.
And
people are, and then at the same time, they're making points like Charlie Kirk didn't give a shit about you, just like any other fucking politician, yada, yada. You know what I mean? And it's not even about that. It's not even necessarily, again, like we said about Trump, right? It wasn't Trump's a fucking avatar. MAGA's supposed to be like a movement. And with Charlie, man, it's not just about Charlie. Obviously, it is. I mean, you just saw some ghastly shit unfold, right? But at the same time, it's about country, man. I mean, these people are trying to destroy everything that has given you the life that you've been accustomed to. You know what I mean? Like communism is, we've said it a million times, the credo of envy. It's a snake eating its own tail, and eventually you run out of other people's money, man. Where's John Gulch? Fuck, I have no idea, but that motherfucker's not going to be here, right? I mean, that's what time it is. So, I mean, you let them bring it down around you with fucking rainbow flags and, fucking coexist stickers as they fucking burn your shit and kill your kids. Or, we put the smack down and, deal with being called a fascist because they're calling us that fucking anyway. You know what I mean? And at the same time, again, how their shit doesn't make sense. I don't care what anyone says or what Chat GPT tells you, right? Fucking everything that they refer to historically, like here's the Nazis, is all this kind of shit, and then they call themselves communists. It's all fucking the two sides of the same coin, man. Regardless of how they try to, it's far right. That's not real socialism, right? It's just the same spiel. But in reality, they were all socialists and communists, dude. You know what I mean? Even the real the term fascist, you know what I mean, from old fucking Mussolini. In reality, it was just communism. You know what I'm saying? Right. He just made himself a fancy name for it.
Let's go from Mussolini to Mussolamis and check out what old fucking Elon piece of shit fucking Omar has to say. But who's that guy? What's his fucking name? Like Ari Melbourne or something? Is that guy?
It's like something Ahmed or Hamed or I forgot. Yeah, some shit. I remember. He was just on Jubilee recently. Like he was debating.
Oh, okay. Yep. That was the guy. All right, that's the guy. All right. Anyway, let's check out this vile disgusting.
I think his name's Mehdi.
Right. Yeah, Mehdi Hassan. That's what it was.
What I do know for sure is that, Charlie was someone who once said, guns save lives after a school shooting. Charlie was someone who was willing to debate and downplay the death of George Floyd in the hands of Minneapolis police.
I think he called him a scumbag.
Right, have no regard.
He is a fucking scumbag.
Downplay slavery and what Black people have gone through in this country by saying Juneteenth should never exist.
I'll be honest. I think slavery was probably the best thing for the Blacks. I mean, look at what the fuck has come of their freedom. Like these people, honestly, they were doing their best.
Look at Africa. That's all you gotta say.
Provided to them over their head. Yeah.
I mean, in Africa, they're fucking super mineral and oil rich, and you know what I mean? Diamond mines and so on and so forth, man. They've had that place for tens of thousands of years. They love to fucking repeat ad nauseum that's the cradle of life, right? Everybody's African, but yet it's still a shithole with mud huts and whatnot. You know what I mean? And then even where it was colonized and they were given their freedom, like Johannesburg, right now it's a pile of fucking, denigrated trash.
Right. And America would be exactly the same had we not fucking manifested destiny. Yeah, this place wasn't exactly just a peaceful place where people just loved the trees and they were painting with the colors of the wind. No, they were fucking warring tribes that literally fucking worshipped trees and fucking ox and the sun and shit like that. They were primitive. They were fucking primitive.
They're still primitive. And this chick fucking calls herself a representative of Somalia anyway. She needs to get the fuck not only kicked out of Congress, but catapulted into the fucking sea around Somalia. And she can go back there and have, scorpions crawl over her sun-bleached fucking bones in a terrorist hellscape, dude. You know what I mean? Where again, they don't even have running water and they shit in the streets. Like, roll the fuck on, man. You know what I mean? It's insane to me that this chick holds a seat of power in our country. But when you recognize that, Obama filled fucking, her area with Somalis, you understand. I mean, Minnesota's just about gone.
Yeah, I honestly say that we need to, Congress needs to make a law that you cannot be a first generation immigrant and hold office. Like, honestly, like, dude, you need to be a
I don't think it
born
should be any
naturalized
office. You
citizen.
can't even be on a fucking school board. You know what I mean?
Right. But yeah, if you're, like I say, if you're not the son of somebody that had citizen, if you're not the son or daughter, okay, whatever, that was a citizen of the United States, you should not be allowed to hold office here. Like,
Yeah,
I
and
don't
if
even
we're
give a
gonna
shit.
have DEI, I'm gonna need every fucking goddamn aspect of government to be 60-40.
Right.
Men, fucking women, dude.
Yep. All right, let's go ahead and finish this one up real quick.
And I think, there are a lot of people who are out there talking about him just wanting to have a civil debate.
Complete rewriting of history.
Yeah, there is nothing more effed up, than to completely pretend that his words and actions have not been recorded and in existence for the last decade or so. And
Which,
I
these
hate that
people,
lady.
right? Just a fucking skank demon, fucking goddamn scarab wannabe bitch, dude. You know what I
Right.
mean? I mean, for real. Like, I'm so sick of the let's be gentle. You got to understand where I don't give two fucks again. Dude, just start up the construction on catapults. Fuck the wall and make an example by fucking blasting these people into fucking the sea, dude. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Seriously. Like, especially people like her that our country spent money and resources to save from a fucking active third world fucking war zone. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
dude,
You're gonna come over here and fucking
ungrateful
shit on
piece of
this country.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. If you guys haven't noticed, the show has picked up a little bit of a different flavor over this last week. But yeah.
For me, it's been
So
picking up a different flavor for months, bro. Like I said, man, it's been a whole lot of shit. And like again, that's why you're seeing Nick Fuentes getting 275,000 fucking people on a live stream. Nick
Right.
Fuentes, man. Like, you guys done fucked up. You don't even recognize. You know what I mean? Again, you guys murdered out the nice guy. You know what
Right.
I mean? Like, believe me, he was the dam holding back the actual right. You know what I mean? One of the cogs in the dam at minimum.
And
Right,
then
I'm
these
not going to build him up to this fucking, legend, mythological creature like, a lot of the right is right now. But obviously, the dude built a massive fucking political apparatus.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard Don June today say some shit I didn't even know. Like, I knew he won, he basically won Arizona for Trump and shit. But he's like, there's other states. Like, he named Wisconsin. Like, I had no idea. You know what I mean?
Dude fucking toured the country, man. Like, you toured the fucking country going to
and if anything,
every
like,
college campus.
Yeah, and if anything, if you're any kind of right, regardless if it's Republican or just I don't want to vote for a Democrat or whatever, regardless of how you feel about old Charlie, that's a massive blow to fucking the right's political mobility. I mean, that dude had massive infrastructure. And again, whether you liked him or not, he obviously had massive appeal because when he would go to these campuses, there would be thousands of people in attendance. It was like, it was damn near a fucking Trump rally sometimes, you know?
Yep. And see, I also came across this old Brian Stelter. We'll go ahead and go with the Mark Dice voice for this. He says, "It's important to see and hear all the cooler heads in this moment. The many, many people trying to lower the temperature rather than giving all your attention to professional provocateurs and anonymous commentators who are trying to raise the temperature." Let's hear what this piece of shit's got to say.
Now, we are also seeing on social media some far-right commentators saying this is war, calling for retribution. But I'm also hearing a lot of mournful reactions. It's important to note those who are lowering the temperature and not just those who are trying to raise it in a moment like this, Kate.
That's a very good point. Lifting up those who are trying to lower the temperature, while there are, as is become the only consistency,
That
which is
dude's
people who
rainbow
are raising
skin suit
the
slipping, and
temperature.
she's a straight
we are
piece of
also
shit
seeing
reptile
on
hypocrite.
social
Dude.
media.
Like, she just espouses fucking, incitement on a nightly basis, man. And she's trying to tone it down now, but the day of, that wasn't her attitude. She was right there, like, it's all his fault. You know what I mean? And the left,
Yep.
you know, how they always love to do the fucking, you know, don't you dare victim shames, and that's what they do every fucking time. Again, it's fucking projection, dude. Alinsky 101, you know?
Let's see what I had to say about this one, because honestly, I don't remember the last couple of days. I've been fucking twittering in a fog. I don't remember what the fuck I said about this one. Let's see. It's funny how these fiercely propagandists will constantly spew hateful and inflammatory rhetoric towards conservatives, and then when people they've brainwashed go out and commit murder week after week, then they say we need to lower the temperatures.
Right.
Right.
It's because once it goes to public figures, obviously they're public figures, and they don't want to be the retribution, but they want you fucking dead.
Right. This was just a random comment of mine. Trannies were not born with the wrong brains. They were born with shit for brains. It's
I mean, like we know, I mean, it's a certifiable mental illness, and you know, you should be in a hospital, and then they just increase it with antidepressants and SSRIs, and you know, it's the side effects right on the goddamn label says, you know, it could very well drive you to violence or suicide.
Right. And this was just kind of random too. Fucking, I just, you know, during the whole thing before anybody knew anything, I remembered. Fucking, didn't the Ukrainians fucking like put out a fucking hit list of, you know, right-wing commentators that were opposing the massive, never-ending faucet of funding to Ukraine? Like, yeah, they did. But I don't know if there's any sort of connection. But nonetheless, just remember this:
the Russian propagandist Gonzalo Lira.
That's a dude, by the way.
People screamed out at the time that he was a journalist. He was engaging in his free speech rights. The facts were much different. Gonzalo Lira is a Russian propagandist, an agent of Vladimir Putin's lies. Ultimately, justice caught up with him, just like justice is going to catch up to every Russian agent, terrorist, war criminal, and propagandist.
So just so you know, that thing's talking about you. That thing's talking about us. That thing's talking about anybody that opposes the never-ending drip. Not even drip. It's a fucking fire hose, fucking faucet of money coming from the United States into the war effort in Ukraine, the absolutely unwinnable war that everybody has recognized is simply a money laundering scheme.
The fruitless meat grinder.
Right. And this was the moment of silence. Right? We ain't got to go through all of these, but either way, yeah, I was typing away like a fucking madman this week. Yep. So let's talk about the bullets, man. So, pretty early on, Steven Crowder and the Mud Club, give him credit. Of course, they got a leaked ATF document that basically describes the weapon as well as the bullets inside of it, because of course that has become the calling card of assassination culture leftism, where they're praising fucking Luigi Mangione, and you know they're fucking everybody's free Luigi. Of course, that was his calling card was inscribing stuff on the bullets, right? And of course, dude, the thing that blows my fucking mind right now is mainstream media with all these past murders, you know, Luigi Mangione, fucking, you know, this fucking piece of shit, you know, the Catholic school shooting, is the mainstream media. We don't know the motive. We don't know. We don't know what the motives are or anything like that. Dude, they literally wrote it in as plain fucking wording as they can on everything. They write it on the bullets. They write it on their fucking guns. They write it on their fucking foreheads, for all I know, dude. Like, these people, like, I don't know how much, dude, you literally need them to have a fucking voice recording. The reason I am doing this, these are my motivations. Is that literally the only thing that you will accept in order to understand these people's motivations? Like I said, I don't know how much more clear these people can make it. They literally, so on the bullets, what was it? One of them said like or fascist catch or something like that. Fascist exclamation mark catch. Another one was the one that was actually the spent casing, was it said something like notices bulge.
No, it's know your bulge, and that's a furry phrase, dude.
Oh, okay. So yeah, again, all this fucking clearly
leftist drivel,
leftist stuff.
fucking,
You know, obviously, you know, Antifa, pro tranny, this and that, fucking, you know, whatever. You know, yeah, like I said, I don't know how much more obvious these fucking people could make it, and the mainstream media is going to sit there. We don't actually know what their motivations were. Like,
and what about Crowder though? You got to throw in the little caveat that you know, the dude has his sources, right? This isn't the first time that he's posted some law enforcement leaked information that ended up being 100% accurate, but he just got
Audrey
subpoenaed by
Hale.
the FBI over it.
Yep. Fucking whose FBI is that? Is it fucking old Merrick Garland? Is he still in charge? What's going on there?
Right.
Right. So of course I understand, you know, fucking leaks and things like that need to be investigated, whatnot.
But you also, but that's part of free speech, you know, is freedom of the press, and you know, you're not supposed to fucking reveal your sources, man. I mean, that's like a, you know, the lawyer going against you know, privilege and you know, getting disbarred.
I don't think he's going to reveal the sources. I mean, they've tried going after him before, of course, with the Tennessee shooter.
I don't think he will either. He gives a shit.
Yeah,
I mean, you see, even with YouTube, like anytime they ban him, he just sues them, fucking immediately. Fuck around, he's right back on YouTube and shit.
Right. Yeah, you don't give a shit. You know, you ain't gonna fucking, you know, give him up or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, yeah, dude, fucking, he's been batting it out of the park with his you know, Mug Club Undercover that they were doing. He's basically kind of, I think that originated right after
2020 election, man.
Right after James O'Keefe got fucking kicked out of his own Project Veritas, and then he started the OMG media. And yeah, I think at the same time that the whole thing was going on, where basically obviously what was going on with Project Veritas was it was kicking out James O'Keefe because he was effective. Same thing as with Charlie Kirk. The only thing is obviously they shot Charlie Kirk. With James O'Keefe, he's not as much of a public figure out there in the open. So of course, what do? They go and they try and destroy his livelihood, but he bounces right back. And of course, this was around the same time that Steven Crowder started the Mug Club Undercover.
Right, the name, but you know, the investigative aspect. If you remember, right after the 2020 election, he put together ground crews that were traveling around the country and investigating fucking voter registration addresses.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And that's where the whole that's where first really started, where it was like, you know, and it blew up, and he started getting mad views on Rumble, which puts him now at one of the top streams in the fucking in the world. Right. And he's on Rumble. That's where he streams. And, you know, that's kind of what started that situation. I mean, he was already big, obviously, but just that investigative aspect took him to another level, man.
Right.
So,
Dude,
of course, why wouldn't you make it part of the fucking routine, you know?
He's breaking exclusive news, you know, he's breaking exclusive, you know, details. And the most important thing, not that it's exclusive, not that he's the first one to get it out there, the fact that it's getting out there, period. Because of course, as we know, with the Tennessee, you know, fucking tranny shooter, if Steven Crowder had not gotten that out, we would have never ever seen that fucking note or whatever would have never seen the light of day, right?
You also wouldn't have seen that thousands of fucking Democrat voters are registered at commercial buildings and empty lots,
right?
You know what I mean? Like, the dude's really done some serious shit.
Yep.
Which is why he's on all these lists.
Yeah. Probably on a couple fucking psychopath lefty lists as well.
I'm sure you've seen it, right? I mean, it was going around X there for a minute. I don't know if they took it down, but it was on Instagram, and it was some shit that people screen grabbed off of Blue Sky that these leftists were passing around, and it was a list of public figures that they want next. And it was like Tucker, Megyn Kelly, Steven Crowder, Ben Shapiro, Matt Walsh. It was all the, you know, the likely suspects. And I mean, again, these people are not only just committed a vile act in front of everyone, but they want more of it. You know what I'm saying? And then you got these same leftists again that have whipped these retards into a fervor, and you know, this is the repercussions of that, right? I mean, now they're going, well, we got to simmer it down because these guys, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, dude, like they wanted this. This is exactly what they've pushed for, and that's where we're coming at with the we don't know if this is irreconcilable differences. You know?
So that brings us to phase one of the ground assault on the left. and that's cancel culture, right? To an extent, right? So the left and even a lot of the pundits on the right are out here like, oh, so the conservatives are about cancel culture now. They're trying to get people canceled and shit now. Like, okay, so you guys are cheering on murder and putting out lists of people that you want to be murdered next. We just said marriage is between a man and a woman, and there are only two genders. We're not on the same fucking playing field here. This is completely different. They're not even the same fucking ballpark. Not even close. It's not even the same fucking game, right? I mean, honestly, dude, like I say, these people are the people that words are violence, bullets are necessary. Like, no, dude, like these people are fucking retarded. These people, like I say, they are the definition of the word hypocrite. The definition of the word hypocrite. And
that's why, like I said, that's why they've equated words with violence so they can excuse violence.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, yeah. Let's go through some of these because, of course, Shaya Reichik, or however you pronounce her name, I don't know, but the Libs of TikTok lady, she's been going on a chopping spree, fucking putting a lot of, it's been a lot of people as well too, but of course, Shaya Reichik's been pretty much right on it. I think Scott Pressler found a librarian here in Tucson. That was yeah. I called fucking several times. My wife called. I got several other people to fucking call. Like, yeah, that dude, he's I don't fucking know. Hopefully he's gone. We do live in a bit of a liberal city,
right? Unfortunately, that's
right. But yeah, so a lot of people have been getting fired. You're fired, man. See, so OMG, U of T professor Dr. Ruth Marshall is now saying that conservatives deserve to die, but shooting is too soft to death for us. Should I start the petition to have her fired? Lisa Schmidt, a sustainability and climate senior advisor at NASDAQ, has just been fired from her job over her celebration of Charlie's death. Thank you, everyone, for the help. All right, good fucking riddance. So you raise your hand if you demand the immediate firing of Secret Service agent Anthony Pogue for posting that Charlie Kirk got what he deserved. I'm calling Secret Service. I'm calling on at Secret Service Director Curran to remove him immediately. This cannot stand. Who's with me? There's been a couple Secret Service people that I've seen that. And again, these people fucking protect the president. These people protect the president. These people protect. It's basically the government protection league. So these people are calling for.
They do protect the president, but do they?
Right.
I mean, not that Trump was president at the time, but
right. That was all diversity hires, dude.
Yeah, he needed 10 times the security Biden did, and yeah, they sent him short, fat checks.
Right. Yeah. Just on a quick side note, Donald Trump did pull the Secret Service detail from old Camel fucking Toes Harris.
Yeah, and also right afterwards, the LA County Sheriff's Department, it was the state police actually, took up the mantle and said we'll protect her, and then just
like 125 fucking officers, something like that.
Yeah, but then just a couple weeks later, quietly canceled it. So now she's got to pay for her own security. Which, I mean, obviously, again, I mean, you don't want to see anything fucking, bad happen to, such and such, right? I mean, you're not wishing death on people, right? We're not ghouls, okay? But, at the same time, it's good to see her have to pay out because all she's done is soak the public her entire fucking adult life.
Yep. So, fuck off. Good riddance.
Yeah, I mean, I hope she got good security.
Yeah.
But I also hope she's paying, $100,000 a month or something.
Right. It's either way, it's still probably coming from the fucking taxpayers in some form or another.
Right. Just getting some kind of grant from the state of California that's actually being pulled from federal dollars and fucking.
Right. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. Money flows, money here, money there, money flowing everywhere. It's the government.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
As much as you hate to say it, though, I actually think fucking California's a net producer, even though they're in the red. They still have to pay, their allotment to the federal government as far as taxes are concerned. And I still think that they're the biggest contributor. I mean, as much as it's emptied and been ran into the ground, it's still one of the largest economies on the fucking planet.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, fuck, dude. Like, how much do we really know about all the money taking place in America? Within the government nowadays.
Right.
It's a it's really a game of just
without even counting
which way
black
did it
budgets
go?
and shit. Right,
Which
without
way did
even
it
counting
go?
black budgets, dude. We're spending $2 trillion deficit wise, you know.
We ain't passed an audit since we got off the gold standard.
Right. What did Ron Paul say? Or Rand Paul rather? Fucking we borrow $1 trillion every 90 days.
Insane.
Yeah.
Insane. What is it? We spend like $1.2 million per second, something like that. Fucking nuts.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
if you stacked up $1 billion in ones, it would reach the moon and back. You know what I mean?
That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
But don't worry, there's no problem here. There's no problem. We need more money, actually. We need to print more money. Because if we print more money, the world won't be hungry anymore.
We print more money, it'll devalue your money, but then we're also going to need a portion of your money that we're going to forever scheme up plots and ways to increase that amount.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then we want you to come up with the number, even though we know the number, because then if you're wrong, we can take even more of your money, man.
Right. It's money. It's what the poor crave. It really is idiocracy, dude. Like, it's idiocracy, man. Like, it's so fucking dumb. It's ridiculous, you know?
Yeah.
Right?
But I got to throw in, though, dude, before I forget again, dude, okay? When you played the clip, when you were saying, you know, he was on this list, you know, do with that information what you want or whatever. I mean, you got to remember one of his last episodes was saying, you know, like the Jews have done to white people exactly what they complain about doing to, you know, the world doing to, you know, themselves, so on and so forth. Then he was on Megyn Kelly, and both of them seemed extremely fucking uncomfortable, like the Dan and fucking Cash interview.
Right.
And you know, and he was talking about, you know, the fear of going against Israel and fucking how that, you know, they have too much power and control in our government. And, you know, so, I mean, there's also that, you know what I mean? And again, I mean, that's just spinning off into conspiracies, just like you said with the Ukraine shit. I mean, obviously it was a little Marxist indoctrinated fucking kid.
Right.
But, you know, that's also a thought. Like, he was so close to noticing, dude. You know what I mean? Like, the dude was opening his eyes. And again, that's where I reinstitute that he was probably going to be president one day, because not only the political infrastructure that he's already built as a 31-year-old and his fucking, you know, oration skills, but then on top of that, he was already learning the game without having to actually be in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Like, self-taught. But yeah, it would.
But even self-taught
I mean,
only goes so far,
be
because a lot of that shit's anecdotal, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he was in the inner circle. He worked his way into the inner circle, bro.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, it would be pretty interesting if the fucking the Israelis got a free Palestine fucking person to go ahead and make assassinations for them, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
freeze Palestines. But at the same time, you know, I was seeing on Twitter, I think it was Clown World that posted it, but it was like where they had been going through files of all these people posting the celebration of this shit, and it was like a huge majority, something like 80%, either had posts in support of or were directly involved in fucking Palestine, you know, fags for Palestines. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah, the fucking Muslims are having a good old fucking heyday. You know, like, oh, you don't pray for non-believers and this and that shit, dude. I just watched Apologetics Roadshow. It's a good channel. If you guys aren't subscribed, go check it out. But yeah, he's going through all the, you know, the fucking that guy Sneeko that, you know, became a fucking Muslim because it's the cool thing to do nowadays, because free Palestine. Apparently he put out a video where he's, you know, like praying for, you know, saying that, you know, he's going to say a prayer for Charlie Kirk, and of course the Slamies fucking went and attacked him for it. They're like, oh, we do not pray for the infidels. We do not pray for the polytheist non-believers. Fucking yeah, dude. Yeah, fuck those slams.
Yeah, dude. I mean, fuck the entire Middle East, bro. Like, set their oil wells on fire and bounce out, man. You know what I mean?
Face over, and then we'll just fucking drill.
I mean, you even got a glass, and it'd be so easy to shut them down. I mean, obviously, you want those resources, right? If you want to be a gluttonous fuck, but you could just drop some matches and bounce. You know what I mean? You can't put out oil wells, bro. They burn for fucking years and stuff.
Yeah, it's fucking. Saddam Hussein showed us that.
Right.
When he run around setting fucking oil fields on fire and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's places like here in America, like on the East Coast, somewhere in Virginia, there's an entire town that's abandoned, and it was like, where they were mining and shit and drilling, and the place caught on fire underground, and supposedly it still burns to this day, and the town's empty, obviously, because everyone had to get the fuck out. It like releases noxious smoke, throughout, at random times. But
bro, that's the plot line to Silent Hill, man.
I mean, that's real shit. I mean, you can Google that up. Get on the old fucking censorious Google machine, dude.
Yeah, most of the best fantasy things do come from a stitch of reality in some sense, in which case it's probably one of them.
Some shit that because it's stuff that you think is possible. That's the scariest in reality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know when I was a kid, the only thing that fucking scared me was The Exorcist, bro. Like it was, I mean? Like that's some shit that's.
I remember when I was a kid, like a little kid, like a toddler and shit. I don't even know if it was really scary because I used to watch the movie all the time, but the old Ninja Turtles movie, and they had the little fucking turtle, what was it? It looked like a snapping turtle.
Go ninja.
That they mutated, and then they had the I think it was like a fucking rhino or something like that they mutated something. I used to have fucking nightmares of those two motherfuckers chasing.
Rocksteady or some shit like that.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, I used to have nightmares of those motherfuckers chasing me through sewers when I was a kid. Yeah, it's good times. But real quick, let's go ahead and wrap up the cancel culture segment with the fruits of our labor.
So I've lost my job. I got called into the office yesterday. I kind of felt like something was off, but they called me in the office yesterday, and after I finished like half through the work, and told me that they could either fire me or I could put a resignation in, but that would look better. But they fired me, or they're getting rid of me because of my TikTok. And the book post. Somebody screenshot a lot of my TikToks and wrote a nasty letter, and in my Facebook screenshot those and mailed them to the office to my boss.
And then what happened?
So
remember they were doing this shit for years, bro, and it sucks. It's come to that.
I got up early this morning.
You can't use the what about, like they're going to do it to us shit. You know what I mean? Because they've already done it.
Yeah. Yep. It's not like we fucking drew first blood,
Yeah.
And at the same time, like I said, we said that fucking men can't be women, and you guys fucking went after us. You guys are literally, like I said, cheering on fucking murder and asking for more. We're right, not.
But
the same
even before that, it was the fucking, the old 1984, man. Even that they were ready to destroy your fucking life over it. Like ostracize your family. Don't let them come to the holidays. Like call their employers. You know what I'm saying? Like if someone you know is not vaccinated, get them fired.
Right? Who's it? They're talking about fucking re-education camps for conservatives.
Right.
Fucking insane.
Hillary, a presidential fucking candidate.
Yep.
Ex-senator, ex-fucking secretary of state. You know what I mean? Like these are, the highest seats of power in the fucking country. And they're like, oh, we should put these cats in fucking camps and, get them fired and take their kids from them. Like, what in the fuck, man? And now, and they just continue to ramp up not only the rhetoric, but obviously the actions. And, it's fucking cry me a river because you faced what to me is the slightest of repercussions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get another job before the sun goes down, boy.
Right. You know, how you gonna pay that rent? You got to pay that rent. Government gonna cut your food
Right.
stamps off, buddy.
Right. You better get the fuck up, man. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I
And
was
now
just
there's a work requirement, right? Hell
Yep.
yeah. Crack that whip. Oh, not
You're
get.
gonna lose your shit.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, fuck it, dude. The people that ain't
You
fucking
just
working
know
and
she
shit.
has black kids. What
Oh
up?
yeah. The people that ain't fucking working and shit like that, the people suckling on the teat of the government over here fucking, over here protesting and cheering on Charlie Kirk's death. Fuck it, dude. Cut those motherfuckers off. Like, cut off their social security, cut off their fucking food stamp, cut off all that shit,
Yeah.
Cancel.
I mean, like I said, dude, I don't want to vastly change society because of Charlie Kirk, but at the same time, in their minds, they just fired on Fort Sumter. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And they're trying to up the fucking the ante daily. And how much more are you supposed to take before fucking something's done about it before the real dam breaks, bro? Right?
Right.
I mean, what's of a hard turn politically. I mean, there's always an overreaction, and then when you do shit like this, it's just fucking pushing it further. Like I said, the old now you get Nick Fuentes joke. It's the fact that, like you said, 40% shift amongst younger men. And like I said, you took away a voice that they listened to that was moderate. So they're going to seek out, more radical shit. And I've already seen these fools making, their memes and gifs and shit about it. And it's like, you took Charlie from me. Now we took Charlie from you. Now who you're going to listen to? And like it shows the fucking Nazi dude eating the pastry and Inglorious Bastards. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Yep. So I don't know. This is trending right now. Apparently, the Charlie Act. I don't know what it is. Haven't really looked into it yet. But one of the first thing that pops up is the Smith-Mundt Act of 1948, which, of course, as you could read here, this act blocked the government from being able to use propaganda on the American population and the world, and it was repealed by Obama in 2012 during the Smith-Mundt Modernization Act, and so perhaps that can be repealed. Perhaps things like that can be like I said,
it absolutely can, because it was
Yeah.
part of the 2012 NDAA, which gets signed every year, man. So you know what I mean? The president obviously has the ability to remove and fucking add shit.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we'll have to see how it goes. Let's see what other stuff, because like I said, I haven't looked into this at all. But let's look at where America might be going. See, breaking left-wing outlet Wired and journalist David Gilbert are furious that leftists are being held accountable for celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, calling everyone who engages in the act extremist. Listen to 5 minutes of mainstream media and Democrat politicians calling Republicans like Charlie Kirk literally Hitler. Right? Literally Hitler. Existential threats to democracy and fascist dictators incessantly for over 8 years. This is the end result of that incessant brainwashing. Result of the Smith-Mundt Modernization Act. We're not going to watch the whole 5 minutes, but it's got a couple of these in.
And they should be treated as such. There are elements of the GOP that are starting to look like the jihadists.
It's not a political party. They're a white nationalist movement. They're a fascist threat to our nation. That's not hyperbolic. That's academic.
Would have once seemed hyperbolic, but it increasingly does feel like the Republican Party has become a death cult, and it's all about Donald Trump.
There is no alternative right now, because the Republican Party project today is a fascist authoritarian project.
Fact is, Republicans in Congress are still in the grip of the ultra MAGA agenda.
Party of dupes, party
Ultra
of knuckleheads,
MAGA.
party of weirdos, party of freaks. So
Right.
that is a simple messaging.
It's absolute extremism. Who wants to make America great? No, anybody that wants to make America great, they're an absolute evil and they must be extinguished.
Right. Don't you dare think about your children's future. Think about fucking Guatemala's.
Live for the here and now, man.
Right. You want to
Why you
stop
wanna have
fucking global
kids?
warmings? Don't have
Right.
kids. You're not having kids. We can't fund Social Security. We got to import brown kids, man.
Right. Yep. Fucking. Yeah, dude. Could you imagine how our population would be now if we hadn't like murdered off millions of children before they were born? You know?
Right. Right.
the
And they
population
talk
crisis
about
we're facing right now. Like, fuck.
Yeah, they talk
Might be
about
a little
Handmaid's Tale, and it's a record-setting amount of abortions have happened since the overturning of Roe versus Wade. But you won't read that shit, right? Just check it out. Go to Statista. You can find anything there, dude.
Statistics racist, I heard though. So
Right, exactly.
you should probably check out the ADL instead. They'll probably give you
Right,
a much
statistics
better.
are definitely racist.
Right. Don't go with statistics. Go with polls and feelings.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you mean per capita?
Underneath that, it's the party of nothing.
It has become an authoritarian embracing cult. It is fascist.
We take an oath to protect and defend the Constitution from all enemies, foreign and domestic. And sadly, the domestic enemies to our voting system and our honoring our Constitution are right at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue with their allies in the Congress of the United States.
Trump's modern day Gestapo.
The only thing she's fucking worried about is her stock
Gestapo.
portfolio. That's the
Gestapo.
only thing that's right. Gestapos.
Right. It's gazpacho,
Scooping folks
douche.
up off the street. They're in unmarked vans wearing masks, being shipped off to foreign torture dungeons. No
It's
chance
okay,
to
he's
mount a
friends with
defense.
school shooters.
Not even a chance
Really
to kiss a
don't
loved
like
one goodbye.
gazpacho.
Just grabbed up by mass agents, shoved into those vans, and
The old films of the Gestapo grabbing people off the streets of Poland, and you compare them to those nondescript thugs who grabbed that student, that graduated student. It does look like a Gestapo operation. You know, my dad served in Second World War. He fought the Nazis in Northern Africa. He fought the Nazis on the Italian peninsula.
He's probably rolling in his
And I
grave
think
now.
he's looking down right now and he's happy that I'm fighting today's Nazis.
Because if we just roll this, I'm part of today's Nazis.
Right.
Right.
Clock on the wall back.
Fucking making up stories. You selling wolf tickets, bro?
500 for things that never happened.
75 years, we'd be looking at a time in Nazi Germany where people ran around with signs like this new ICE sign that says, report all foreign invaders to ICE, with Uncle Sam there holding up the sign. This could have been a Gestapo member 75 years ago. Report all Jews.
It's not just that Donald Trump poses a threat to democracy. It's that Donald Trump only cares about himself. This is a populist looking to serve his own interest and harm other people and dismantle our democracy and make it just about himself. This is a guy who's doing it on behalf of Putin.
Do you think Trump cares about any of his supporters? I think he's only ever cared about himself. He's still a greasy pig.
He's still a greasy pig.
He said that a hallmark of strongman leaders is they don't care about their followers. Loathes Donald Trump. Things like a lunatic and a criminal, someone corrupt who's bankrupted people. That the goal.
How could this have ever happened? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why anybody would be radicalized. I mean, all the radicalization is only on the right. The left never does anything wrong. The left has never even said a single bad word about anybody. So who knows?
They're peace loving. They just
No
want to
idea
coexist.
what could have
man.
caused such violence. Right. They're the party of love and tolerance.
Right.
It's fucking ridiculous, dude. These people,
They're like
they
Charlie.
literally eat, breathe, and dream hate every moment of their lifetimes. It's literally they feed on hate. Every fucking waking moment of their brain activity is focused on hatred of some sort. Something's oppressing them. They're constantly oppressed by anything. And like I said earlier, you know, anything fucking oppresses them. Anything oppresses. Somebody says fucking words they don't like. It's like a knife to the heart. I'm dying. You know, like these people are the weakest snowflake motherfuckers ever, dude. Like, yeah, who would have thought?
Yep. Words are violence, but fucking bullets are fucking loves, dude. It's
right.
You know what I mean? I mean, they're just fucking stooges, man, and dangerous at that.
Right.
I mean, you know, like fucking, you know, Jordan Peterson. You hate to even quote him at this point because he's a fucking crybaby, but you
Clean
know,
up your room.
like, yeah, but you know, like something to the effect if you think a strong man can, you know, achieve, you know, like damage, like can cause damage, you hate to see what a weak man's capable of. And you know, and that's what it is. I mean, you know, you think about a lot of like, you know, gang shootings and stuff. That's why they put, you know, they say they just put the little 14-year-olds out there because of lighter fucking jail sentences and shit, which I'm sure that may be part of it. But at the same time, it's because those are the cats that feel like they have something to prove. And you know what I mean? The most fucking just act buck wild to be fucking down and shit, you know?
Yeah. That's the culture, man.
I mean, it's just how people are steered at that time. I mean, you know, all fucking, you know, little kids go through that kind of phase. Well, boys at least. and girls are a little later, right? But
it's almost like if you get them when they're young, you can mold them into things, right? Like, but no, because indoctrination is not a real thing. That's not real.
Right.
Children cannot be indoctrinated. There's no such thing as indoctrination. Nope. But if you listen to Charlie Kirk, you're being indoctrinated into white supremacy, and we need to fucking get rid of this. Any of these right wing people, if you read the Bible, that's indoctrination. You're indoctrinating kids. Like, but indoctrination is not a real thing.
Right.
You guys are fucking ridiculous.
That's it. Charlie Kirk talking about getting married, have kids, dude. Fucking God, country. That's violence inciting, but screeching fucking fascist and Nazi for a decade.
Telling
surely is just
kindergartners that they can cut their penises off and they will become girls. Like that's fucking violence, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's extreme violence.
Yeah, like anything. But indoctrination, that's not a real thing. But we just need to teach love and tolerance and acceptance, and we need to teach children in their most delicate of mental faculties that man and man can come together, that woman and woman can be a thing. Some people have two mommies, some people have two daddies, and that's just fine. Like,
and then we'll chemically sanitize them.
Right. That's where it starts. Yeah, these people are insane. So it brings up the question.
Reproduce, so they have to convince kids to cut off your genitalia. Be weird with us.
Right. That's why I have these fucking lefties are all teachers. And if you fucking sit there, these are my kids. No, they're fucking not. These are not your fucking kids. We pay you to fucking do a job.
It takes a village. It takes a village to raise a kid. You've heard so many of them say it.
It takes a village to fucking feed half you guys.
Fucking Hillary Clinton's, all the fucking likely suspects. You've heard them repeat that line, and that's obvious fucking communist bullshit, man.
Yeah. Yep. And they want the village to be globalized. Globalized, the villagization. Socialization, same thing,
Yeah, they took again. They always use the aspects that you hold dear against you, right? And they not only is that like communist rhetoric, but they use the fact that that's the way America used to be, where it was a close knit community because everyone wasn't on their phones and on Netflix, obviously, and everybody knew your kids and shit like that, and the neighbor fucking catch your kid doing something bad and swat their butt and say, "Get the fuck on home! I'm telling your daddy." You know what I mean? And
I'm gonna call your parents when you get home.
Yeah. Yeah. So they try to use that aspect against you, but obviously it's just another way to fucking slowly unfurl the communist fucking tendrils.
Yeah, you could really only have a society like that where it does take a village to raise a child when that village is filled with good,
I trust
moral,
society
with decent fucking human fucking beings, right? Not people like this. Like, no, I don't want that. I don't want to live in that fucking village. I don't want that village raising my kids. Absolutely not.
Yeah. That's, I mean, the Constitution was written for a moral, pure population, right? Something to that effect. I don't remember it verbatim. I know that's not it, but
yep.
You know the thing.
The thing, man. Yeah.
Fuck.
I got the Federalist Papers back here somewhere. The thing, man.
I got nothing here. I moved months ago and I still got boxes fucking packed in some areas to the
right on top. Right on top. I was actually just looking through it a couple days ago. Yep. But so this brings forth the question. Now what? What do we do? What do we do? There you go. Of course, nobody's saying take to violence in the streets, as we've mentioned that before. Like fucking, if somebody's out there stoking you, ain't nobody gonna condemn you if you go fucking give them a quick fucking Mike Tyson uppercut real quick. But nonetheless, we're not saying that that's what you should be going out and seeking to do. So therefore, what do we do from here? There's lots of people that are calling for civil war, and of course, as I mentioned earlier, it's not the same as it used to be. There's not going to be, we're going to come over here in our training camp and then we'll meet you at this battlefield and we shall have it out. Like it's not the way it's going to be. It's going to be more of these terrorist attacks. It's going to be factioning of people rather than, massive coming together in armies. It's going to be factions of people basically just going out.
It's It's going to be their Palestinian buddies that came
Right.
in illegally under Biden, training your kids to fucking
Suicide
blow
bomb and
motherfuckers
shit.
up, and yeah,
Right.
that are all hopped up on SSRIs that want to commit suicide anyway. They're like, fuck yeah, it's not for Allah, it's for fuck my mom and dad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. Yeah, they don't give a shit. These fucking people don't give a fuck about the religion of Islam. I don't give a fuck about the religion, but I mean, these people that are claiming free Palestine.
yeah, it's
and all
just
this kind
virtue
of shit,
signaling. That's why the
Right.
flags are fucking interchangeable in their bios and stuff.
And the truth is, actual fucking Islamists would murder you in a
Yeah.
second. Actual Islamists,
Especially the
hate
fags
you.
for Palestine.
They hate you. They think that you are the absolute fucking. They're not being hyperbolic when they say
Right.
that they believe that you are the devil incarnate.
Like, they're just literal fucking useless idiots, dude. Yeah,
Right.
or useful idiots rather. My bad.
Right, depending on to what end, but yeah.
But
so,
I'm
I mean,
saying that's all they're doing. Again, everybody always thinks they're going to be in the inner circle, and you're used till you're ground in the dirt, and then you're fucking executed along with everyone else, man, or off to the gulags, whatever. You know
Right.
what I mean?
At the same time, if your fucking religion is willing to side with what you claim to be the devil, your religion's probably not that fucking great. You know, if you're willing to side with, again, like I say, if you're willing to cooperate with your definition of evil in order to further your cause or whatever, like you are evil. you don't fucking wield evil. You are evil.
Definitely, man. And
Yeah.
again, you don't tolerate evil. You fucking destroy it.
You fucking stomp it out. Yeah, you fucking.
I mean, we've spent trillions of dollars and decades of our fucking, children's future in fucking the Middle East and, other countries around the planet stamping out evils and communisms, but we're going to let it thrive in our own country, right? Because again, everything that you hold dear, they use against you because they can spout fucking, subversive rhetoric to your kids, and it's free speeches. You know what I mean? We're just trying to teach histories. Real histories, you know what I'm saying, about democracy. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck,
Like
man.
revisionist
Democracy and
history
the
at best.
Blitzes. Yep, that's it, dude. There was black Viking kings. The original fucking inhabitants of England were black.
Women have always been warriors.
Yep. The indigenous fucking population was Blitzes. We just fucking beat and bred it out of them and stuff, dude. You know what I mean? They're the real engines, and I mean, we can just keep going. They're the original fucking Israelites. You know what I mean? Like,
right. There used to be trans fucking rulers of nations, things like that.
Yeah, isn't that some of the most ass backward shit? The most openly racist and fucking anti-American group. Probably one of the in the country just don't have a lot of power is the black fucking Israelites. And I mean, they're like, because slaveries and all this kind of jazz, but yet it was like the Jew fucking slave ships that were bringing them bitches over, and you know what I mean, like the juice box loans, and
well, hey, brother, brother, let me tell you, those wasn't the real ships that they was on. Right? Those ships was fake ships, and you see right here in this, see this scripture right here that proves it. See, that says. I don't know. These people are fucking retarded. Like, if you ever see any of the people, like the actual, like, really good, like Christian apologetic, debaters go out there and fucking talk to these, black Israelite, whatever the fuck they're called. Yeah, dude, they get destroyed every fucking time. They just get fucking destroyed. Every fucking thing that they try and come up with is just absolutely
and they get
ridiculous.
mad and start trying to get aggressive and violent and shit. I've seen that.
Right.
They're fools that are supposed to be, they're preachers or whatever, they refer to them as. And they'll immediately.
They're still black, so I mean,
yeah, they're still blitzes, bro.
Right, they're still blitzes. What do you expect from them?
It's not like they're not telling you they want to commit acts of violence to begin with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You talk enough, they'll start flinging their own feces at you. It's in their nature. It's in their nature.
It's,
all
right. Mostly when the sun goes down, though.
Right. So, what do we do with this evil? All right. What do we do with this evil that is spreading like a cancer throughout our country? Right. And like I said, it's constant fucking factioning, domestic terrorism on both sides, things like that. It's not going to work out. And if anything, it's just going to help our enemies. It's going to help fucking China. It's going to help motherfucking Russia. It's going to help the fucking slums in the Middle East. It's basically going to be a fucking cream dream for all of our enemies around the world right now. And so basically, like I say, as the saying goes, he who saves his country breaks no laws. And as the other saying goes on this show, this ain't the fucking fascism that I voted for. Right?
Right.
Get to fucking work, dude.
Again.
Right? Get to fucking work, dude. Label Antifa as a domestic terrorist organization. Go after the motherfuckers with RICO. Do whatever the fuck you have to do. I don't care anymore. Like I say, like honestly, like, you know, in terms
That's
of
what I was saying earlier, bro. Like Charlie Kirk was the moderate, dude. Like people just don't realize for the vast majority of the right at this point, dude, we're not cool with Trump fucking with Israel, dude. We don't give a fuck about Gaza or fucking Israel or fucking Ukraine, dude. Fucking the deportation shit's not going far enough. The fucking the persecution or prosecution of the government officials that were completely corrupt and trying to fucking charge everyone with racketeering and shit like that, which I'm sure you've seen. Those are being overturned and stuff all over the country right now, for the state officials that were charged, like in Michigan and even here in Arizona, apparently that's on the way out. And, it's just, a cascade event. Like it's time to fucking crack the whip. Like that's what the fuck we voted for. And so people don't even realize again, this dude speaking milquetoast Republican fucking, rhetoric for the most part. That's not the case. We're not like that, dude. Like he was entertaining to watch. Yeah, like fuck, man.
He's trying to give you motherfuckers grace. We ain't about that. Like
that's what I was saying. I want Pinochet helicopter tours, catapults, make examples, make people not want to fucking be here, dude. Go on now, get. You know what I mean? Everyone that's anti-American now is calling you a fascist, dude. Everyone loves fascism when they feel their team's in charge. You know what I mean?
Time, whether you do or whether you don't, you're gonna get called a fascist. That's just that's the game. And I think Donald Trump
be called a racist, a homophobe, a xenophobe, a fucking, all of it, dude, because it's all irrationals that you fucking fear, that you fear for your children's futures. Like that's not an illogical
phobe out there. Every phobe out there, And I think Donald Trump has picked up on the fact that it doesn't matter what he does, right? Donald Trump can, I've been thinking about this earlier. Dude, Donald Trump could probably go up to a lefty and say, "You know what? I love you, man." And they will probably kill themselves. Like they are that opposed to Donald Trump.
Or try to kill him, man, whichever way seemed easier at the moment.
Right.
But because, I mean, we know they're fucking cowards and they love to kill fucking kids and, shoot from fucking, hundreds of yards away. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep. And again, going back to the Ilhan Omar thing, where she was talking about, it's right after the school shootings. And he said that guns save lives. He's talking about putting fucking armed guards at schools because, of course, as we know, government buildings, those are fucking well protected by armed guards. Fucking, was it fucking baseball games? Those are protected by armed guards. The fucking IRS office protected by armed guards. The fucking
the courthouse
protected by armed guards. Every fucking aspect that has to do with the people in power is protected by armed guards. But your children. Oh no! We can't.
That's fascism, man.
It's gonna disrupt their learning. It's gonna disrupt learning if there's a police officer with a fucking badge and a gun walking around the school campus. Like nope, absolutely not.
Just like Nazis, soldiers in schools.
Yeah. And fucking is Hitler actually wanted fucking armed guards at kids' schools. Actually, did you know that? Right. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Fucking these people are absolutely insane, man. But like I say, in terms of with what's going on with America right now, like I said, dude, we've tried and tried. Charlie was the best of us at it. We tried to extend the olive branch. We tried to offer grace. We tried to. These people are our fellow countrymen. I don't want to hate them. These people are our fellow countrymen. These people are our neighbors and stuff like that. Like. Not anymore, dude. Like I say, like how
they
long?
Hate you.
How
they
long?
Fucking hate you,
right? How long are we supposed to tolerate them? How long are we supposed to sit back and watch our children get fucking massacred by fucking trannies, by men in fucking dresses because they're mentally fucking retarded? How long do we have to sit back and watch that? I say no fucking more, dude. I say fucking anybody that spouses this ideology, matter of fact, fuck it, make a law, ban any fucking socialist ideology, ban communist. I mean, we already have fucking, communist parties are banned in America, but ban fucking socialism, ban any fucking thing that is antithetical to the American free way of life, right? Fucking get rid of all that shit.
I mean, I think we revert back to the more nationalistic aspect of showing the aspects and the repercussions of what those ideologies have led to, and quit letting fucking weird little blue hair chicks tell our kids that's not real socialisms. Your parents are lying to you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but really, that's the way we got to go back. I mean, you got to show them like, look, every time this has been tried, regardless of the moniker they try to put on it, left, right, Nazi, fucking, communist, whatever. It's the same shit, and it leads to the same fucking ends, which is, poverty and eating fucking zoo animals and shit.
I mean, we've been doing that, dude. Like I say, we've been talking to her blue in the fucking face about how evil socialism is, about how evil communism
but
is.
if
How
you
many
go back the whole
deaths
time, that's the
are
whole time we've
directly
been running
attributed
this
to
show, I've
communism.
been saying that. You know what I mean? That it's because of the shit we've let our kids be taught.
Right.
And the people that, like you just said, like how you were playing the video, people crying about getting fired. Like I said, I've seen some of lives of TikTok, but then other pages, and showing all these different people that are involved in schools that were posting publicly celebrating, Charlie's situation here, man. And that's the people that we've been letting teach our children, and no one was giving a fuck or even realizing until COVID hit for the vast majority of the people in this country. And that started to awaken. And then when the Biden regime came in and started labeling you as a domestic terrorist because you didn't want your kids indoctrinated with fucking trannyism, you know what I mean? And again, how nothing makes sense, bro. And I can even send the video of Dennis Prager himself saying this. Every ism that you can think of, dude, was invented by the fucking juice boxes, bro. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, he's way up there on the juice box fucking order. And like, dude, the book burnings, right? The Nazis, right? I mean, all that was fucking tranny material, gay fucking material. Like, and this was invented by the Jews, who the leftists say they hate and they're against because Gaza and fucking, they're the Nazis. Like, it's just fucking insane, bro. I mean, we live in total clown world, and it's only gonna get worse. Like, if you think that Charlie's the end of it, especially with people putting out lists and whatnot and willing to risk their careers to post on the inner zones,
Right.
It's not. It's gonna get worse.
Do you think the Jews had any inclination that the whole free Palestine movement, all this and that other dumb shit is gonna basically kind of backfire on them in the way that it has, to the point where they're fucking being run out of Columbia University and shit like that, fucking being chased down by mobs of fucking crazy purple-haired leftists and shit?
No, but I think that they probably did anticipate the repercussions of that, which would be, the currently Zion aligned fucking Trump administration is going to take action. Which now, I don't know if you've seen some of the shit I sent you where they've set up millions of dollars in fucking trust to pay out fucking kids that claim anti-Semitism on college campuses and shit. You know what I mean? And to limit speech and to, start reporting and, removing foreigners that speak out against Israel and all this kind of shit. I could see if it's to the point where it's getting destructive. They've, organized this shit where they're burning down buildings and whatnot, but you can't just do that because someone doesn't agree with a fucking foreign government, man. You know what I mean? And, so there's that aspect, but no, probably not. And I think that another repercussion of that is with everyone turning against them, in a big way, that they're like, fuck it. And you see, they just continue to bomb different countries. You know what I mean? Like,
I think they
up
might
now.
have,
What is
man.
that, like 5?
They revel in pity. You know what I mean? They fucking, what is it, October 7th? Fucking, was Charlie Kirk was saying just before he fucking died that they have like the entire state of Israel under complete surveillance. Every single square inch of that fucking country has a camera pointed at it, right? They have fucking armed guards. What was he saying? That like you can't walk 20 feet without along the Gaza border without running into a fucking 20-year-old with an AR-15. You can't walk 20 fucking feet without some armed guard being there right there on the Gaza border. And then all of a sudden, this one day, we were taking a break for a day. What do you expect?
For 6 hours.
We were tired, like
yeah.
Like fucking yeah. So I mean, there's that whole thing. Like I said, I think that they revel in pity. They understand the power of martyrdom.
Yeah. And throughout history, I mean, you can see, if you check shit out with all the removals from different countries, their hands, they beg so much, their hands look like cups, son. I mean, they're always, the vast majority of the time, they're booted out for money manipulation. That's where the coin, the old fucking coin clipper term came from. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
legit, it's literal. They're clipping fucking coins.
Right. But so just to switch back on the crackdown, man. So what do you think can be done? I guess from a legalistic, governmental, with Trump and the conservatives wielding the power of government right now. What do you think can be done in order to basically stamp out this, obviously violent ideology, the death cults that is the left, the assassination culture that is the left? What do you think? What do you think can be done?
Force, like I
Right.
said, examples. I mean, it's at that point. Like I can't think of anything else that can be done. Like you're gonna write another law. Like it's already illegal to do the shit, right? I mean,
Right.
it's illegal. It's illegal to shoot people talking on a mic in their in their neck for absolutely nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's illegal for a 22-year-old kid to be up on a roof with a fucking hunting rifle at a public event. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a school, man. It's a gun-free zone, yo. I mean,
Right.
I don't know what can be done, like as far as executive orders or legislatively, but I know that shows of force go a long way, and I mean, even if well, they're going to get even more radicalized. They're going to be fucking horrified. Even if they're more radicalized, it's going to be in their mom's basement, dude. You know what I mean? And don't get me
Right.
wrong, not that something bad can't lead from that, but then at least I mean, I guess it's kicking the can, but you got some time to try to float some ideas and come up with something. I mean, we obviously know it starts with the youth, but you got to focus on the people that are old enough to be out here doing this kind of shit now. I mean, that's the fucking problem. And other than that, I really don't know. And I mean, keep exposing people, public shame, fucking, where these people are talking about getting fired. Keep it going. Get rid of all these communist fucking professors and teachers. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, who cares? There's a shortage of nurses. That's because there's millions of fucking illegals here that have no insurance that clog up the hospitals. Start fucking removing people and the fucking communist nurses and fucking whatever with them, dude. You know what I mean? Quit. I mean, I don't know what else to go for. Quit importing scarabs, dude. Quit fucking, H1B in us, dude, where they're posting on fucking chats on fucking Reddit and stuff how the white people are dying. Just be patient. The Indians are going to take over and fucking, you know what I mean? And they already got Canada. So, how Trump's like, yeah, that's the 51st state or whatever, dude. We're about to fucking just be, another Indian province out this bitch is their plan. I mean, it's like you got so many invaders from all sides. I mean, I honestly, and that's part of the poisoning, obviously, especially with the Palestinian bullshit. We know when they break up those protests, there's college kids, but there's like 35-year-old dudes that are the actual organizers and shit. You know what I mean? And
Right.
so, I mean, that's all I can see is crackdowns, force, catapults into the sea again, bro. I mean,
Right.
That's where we're at.
But so I mean, like in which sense do you think that? Because obviously, like we said, when you look at Antifa, it's a bunch of little fucking overprivileged little fucking white kids that are in college and fucking been radicalized with their liberal arts degrees and shit like that. There's like you said, a lot of the organizers are from foreign intelligence, not foreign intelligence in that sense, but from like foreign countries, foreign insurgents, things like that. So I mean, of course, obviously, hunting down the foreigners, getting all these foreigners out of our fucking country. Of course, keeping our border closed, radically, rechanging, immigration laws, radically rechanging citizenship laws in the way that we're going with the getting rid of a birthright citizenship, things like
Seats
that.
of power, again, like you said earlier, make
Right.
that part of it as well. You can't be a first generation and hold a seat of power.
And then, again, we have to go after the money. We have to go after their funding. We have to go after fucking bankrupt fucking George Soros. And then when you're done with
Trump
that,
just announced he's under official investigation. So
fucking
hopefully it's
bankrupt
gonna go that
Alex
route.
Soros next.
Yeah.
Fucking wrap them up together. Fucking a nice little package, But
I mean,
basically
I think it'd be
this
hard to
dark
bankrupt
money.
billions, but
Well, I mean, like I say, there's again, we already see that a lot of their funding since the chopping of USAID, a lot of the these leftist sponsors, a lot of their shit's drying up. I mean, a lot of these people can't afford to fund their campaigns and shit anymore. Obviously, we weren't giving the money directly to them, but we were giving it to NGOs and things like that. And then
don't forget,
money goes here, money goes
on
there.
the rise too, because USAID, bro.
Right.
Can't give out condoms to fucking butt fuckers in Africa.
Right, man. What are we gonna do?
Right.
Right. But so I mean, ultimately, just fuck it. Turn off the fucking spigot of where this funding is coming from. And like I say, you could go after these motherfuckers with things like RICO, that if we do the old follow the money trick and we're able to find out where this funding is going from, or is coming from, dude, chop off a couple of the heads, let them fucking roll publicly, and see how that ends up working out for us. I think there's really only kind of two roads down from here. One of them is, as we were just talking about, Donald Trump government needs to basically step in. They need to. This isn't the fascism that I voted for. Get to fucking work, guys. There's that road. The other road is just look away. Just look away. I'm talking about the government. Just divert your eyes for a little while. You're not going to want to see this.
The bat signal.
Right. Yep. Fucking good old vigilante justice. So I mean, like I say, I really see those as the only two roads at this point. Because again, these people are not going to stop. There's absolutely zero lines that they are not willing to cross. None. Even up to the point of murder. So, I mean, ultimately at this point, like I said, there's zero possibility, not a single possibility in my mind of reconciliation. Not one. Cannot think of a single way that we can reconcile this. I can't think of a single fucking way. And I've been racking my brain too. I've been thinking. I've been trying to fucking look into, like say the founding of our country, look into the Bible, look into everything. I don't see a way that we can reconcile this. I don't see a way that we can come back together and let's all just be brothers again. Like, I don't see that as a possibility. So like I say, there's two roads I see down from here. One is the government is going to have to step in and do the old Abe Lincoln and further fucking tighten the grip of the federal government on the people, the media, things of that nature. Or the citizens are going to take it into their own hands. Like I say, if this continues to escalate, if Trump continues to do nothing, if like I say, if Trump just continues to let these things take place while he's focusing, elsewhere and this and that, I think the citizens are going to have to take things into their own hands. Or I don't think that they're going to have to. I think that's going to be the inevitable outcome. It's literally either that or sit back and watch ourselves get murdered. Watch ourselves get fucking murdered day after day, week after week. And that's what we've been watching, since the beginning of the Trump administration, the new Summer of Love 2.0, all that fucking shit. We've been watching this take place. And if this continues down this same trajectory, and like I say, and the Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans, if they refuse to do anything, like I say, I think that's the point that it's going to get to,
Yeah, and like I said, I don't know what they could do besides fucking a show of force. I honestly don't. Like, because obviously, legislation is not anything that would be of consequence in any of these type of situations, because everything that occurs is already illegal, man. And then, they also got to crack down. Like, I know the previous administration, he had trepidations about, using like the National Guard and shit. And he's shown, that he'll send out the Marines and the, National Guard. And the Marines are under the direct supervision of the president. So it's like, man, I mean, you know, we've you've seen the president stands in front of the U.S. battle standard since like Viet fucking Nam, right? That fucking gold trimmed American flag, and that's supposed to be the standard of war.
Yeah.
So supposedly, we've been at war since then, technically, right? So it's like, dude, use the emergency war powers, man. Fuck, right? I mean, again, and you're gonna have like libertarians and fucking other minded fools like that would normally use it against you at times, right? Go, you're abusing whoop-de, they're going to use it against you like they already have. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the COVID, those were emergency powers. Like, and obviously you don't want to advocate for the government to get bigger and bigger, but like you said, it's the final solutions is. I
Right.
mean, at some
Honestly-
point you use that power to come to an end. You know what I mean? It's fuck. I don't know what else to say or do.
Right.
Because
Honestly,
anything else takes generations.
I've come to the point with libertarians, they're just as they're just as idealists as communists.
Right. I've said that too the whole time. I said they're just full of disenfranchised leftists. They believe in open borders bullshit, all the same stuff that leftists fucking talk about. That's why Chase Oliver was their presidential pick.
They
dog.
believe in a fantasy.
You know what I mean?
They believe in a fantasy just the same as fucking communists, right?
Right.
There's a reason
It's-
communism has never worked, right?
Right.
There's-
Rhetoric sounds great.
There's a reason that there's never been an anarchist society that has lasted more than 5 fucking minutes. There's a reason for that. It's because it's a
They'll
fucking
pull the same shit though.
utopian pipe
That
dream.
wasn't real anarchies.
Right. Exactly.
Mhm.
Like I say, there's just a fucking utopian pipe dream, right? And I think that's again the reason why fucking it seems like libertarians are afraid to take power, right? Every single time that everybody's like, wait, let me check out what these libertarians are about, they go shoot themselves in the foot and fucking nominate someone like Chase
They're like,
Oliver.
legalize heroin,
Right,
for kids.
right. I honestly think that they enjoy being Monday morning quarterbacks.
Yep.
Yep.
That's why we're rolling out a new name for this channel. No, I'm just fucking around.
Right.
We're gonna rebrand, guys. You're gonna love it, man.
Gonna be black, red, and white draped everywhere in this channel. Nah, just kidding. But yeah, man. Fucking crazy world that we're living in, man. Crazy times that we're living in. Yeah, we're living through history. If you guys haven't noticed, we're living through a major turning point in not even just American history. This is human history. This is a global thing because, of course, people try to deny it. People don't want to say it, but America really does have the greatest influence on the rest of the world. Right. And I don't want to try and say it as in just leave it that way. Not try to, oh, America, fucking, we just go in and we're the world police. We're this, we're that. I think that America is the most consequential nation on the face of this planet. And so as America goes, so goes the world,
Yeah. And, to round it out, right, with the title, and one of the most consequential Americans just got killed in front of fucking his kids.
Right.
Regardless of how you feel about him or nothing, that dude at 31 has done more than the vast majority of fucking every person in this country will achieve in their life. And, and wielded more political power without actually being a politician than probably any other person in this country, man.
All right. So, yeah, man, like we say, keep an eye out for each other, if I can watch each other's backs, make friends, make community, do what you can, man. Cause it's going to get pretty crazy out there. Like Like I say, whether it's through government, forces, shows of force, whether it's through more leftist violence. We already know for a fact there's going to be more leftist violence, right? We already know for a fact. There's zero doubt in my mind that another lefty is going to kill somebody next week. Next week, it's going to happen again. All right.
Leftist ideologies have killed over 100 million people in the last century, man. That averages out to 1 million people a fucking year.
Right. Yeah. So, like I say, fight the good fight, man. Fucking fight like hell, as Trump would say. And shit, God bless America, you guys. We're gonna go ahead and close out with this. We'll let this play for a little bit. But this was Charlie Kirk's wife, Erica Kirk. And this is 2 days after he was murdered in front of her. And dude, like, I mean, fuck, dude, this woman's got some strength. This woman is strong. She's a strong one, because I mean, of course, she tears up. It's obviously a very sad thing. She's literally standing right next to the chair that he used to fucking broadcast from every day. And yeah, she gives a pretty good speech here. Did you see this one yet?
No, I have not actually.
It just came out.
I was working when she gave the speech.
Yeah, it just came out a little while ago, earlier today, but check it out a little bit.
Good evening. My name is Erica Kirk. Charlie Kirk is my husband. I first want to thank the local, state, and federal law enforcement who worked tirelessly to capture my husband's assassin so that he can be brought to justice. I want to thank the first responders who struggled heroically to save Charles's life, and the police who acted bravely to make sure that there were no other victims on that terrible afternoon. I want to thank the officers who have protected our Turning Point USA family these past 2 days. And I want to thank the Turning Point USA board, the COO, Justin Strife, and my husband's chief of staff, the amazing Mikey McCoy, for all their work in these terrible days to be the stability for our family and for the wider Turning Point USA family as well. My heart is with every one of my husband's employees who lost a friend and a mentor. I want to thank the staffers of his amazing Charlie Kirk show, who helped him broadcast from this studio, this chair. Every day he loved it. He loved what he did. I want to thank the millions of people who have shown their love for Charlie here in Phoenix, across America, and worldwide. I want to thank my husband's dear friend, Vice President Vance, and his phenomenal wife, Usha, for their love and support. You guys honored my husband so well, bringing him home. You both are tremendous. I want to thank President Trump and his incredible family for the same. Mr. President, my husband loved you. And he knew that you loved him too. He did. Your friendship was amazing. You supported him so well, as did he for you. 2 days ago, my husband, Charlie, went to see the face of his Savior and his God. Charlie always said that when he was gone, he wanted to be remembered for his courage and for his faith. And one of the final conversations that he had on this earth, my husband witnessed for his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Now and for all eternity, he will stand at his Savior's side, wearing the glorious crown of a martyr. Charlie loved life. He loved his life. He loved America. He loved nature, which helped him always bring him closer to God. He loved the Chicago Cubs. And my goodness, did he love the Oregon Ducks. Want me to say go Ducks, so I have to since they play on Saturday. So go Ducks. But most of all, Charlie loved his children. And he loved me with all of his heart. And I knew that. Every day I knew that. He made sure I knew that every day. Every day he would ask me, how can I serve you better? How can I be a better husband? How can I be a better father? Every day. Every day. Such a good man. He still is a good man. He was the perfect father. He was the perfect husband. Charlie always believed that God's design for marriage and the family was absolutely amazing, and it is. It is, and it was the greatest joy of his life. And over, he would tell all these young people to come and find their future spouse, become wives and husbands and parents. And the reason why is because he wanted you all to experience what he had and still has. He wanted everyone to bring heaven into this earth through love and joy that comes from raising a family. It's beautiful. Charlie always said that if he ever ran for office, I know a lot of you asked if he ever was going to, but privately he told me if he ever did run for office that his top priority would be to revive the American family. That was his priority. One of Charlie's favorite Bible verses was Ephesians 5, verse 25. Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. My husband laid down his life for me, for our nation, for our children. He showed the ultimate and true covenantal love. I will never, ever have the words to describe the loss that I feel in my heart. I honestly have no idea what any of this means. I know that God does, but I don't. But Charlie, baby, I know you do too. I know you do. So does our Lord. And our world is filled with evil. But our God, you guys, our God is so good. He's so incredibly good. And we know that for those who love God, all things work together for good, for those who are called according to his purpose. Already I have seen the worldwide outpouring of love for my husband. I've heard the testimonies from people my husband inspired to get married, to start families, to seek out a relationship with God. It's the most important one of all. The evildoers responsible for my husband's assassination have no idea what they have done. They killed Charlie because he preached a message of patriotism, faith, and of God's merciful love. But they should all know this. If you thought that my husband's mission was powerful before, you have no idea. You have no idea what you just have unleashed across this entire country.
Fade to black.
In this world. You have no idea. You have no idea the fire that you have ignited within this wife. The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry. To everyone listening tonight across America, the movement my husband built will not die. It won't. I refuse to let that happen. It will not die. All of us will refuse to let that happen. No one will ever forget my husband's name, and I will make sure of it. It will become stronger, bolder, louder, and greater than ever. My husband's mission will not end, not even for a moment. And one of Charlie's greatest talents was his ability, this phenomenal ability to choose great people to follow him. He could always find the ones who could handle any setback. And it's almost like he knew. He could see it in you. Even when you couldn't see it in yourself, he just knew. He knew you could handle it. You thought you only had 5% left, and he knew you had 15. He knew you were ready to go that extra mile even when you didn't. He always challenged people around him to work harder and to be better. He never gave up. And I love knowing that one of his mottos was never surrender. So I want to tell you that we'll never surrender. We never will. Ever. Ever. Our campus tour this fall will continue. There will be even more tours in the years to come. America Fest here in Phoenix this December will go on. It will be greater than ever. The radio and podcast show that he was so proud of will go on. And in a world filled with chaos, doubt, and uncertainty, my husband's voice will remain. And it will ring out louder and more clearly than ever. And his wisdom will endure. My favorite too, but my husband's favorite word in the English language was earn. He would call all of you to be people of action who earn the future America deserves. So to all of the young people who felt inspired by my husband's faith and hard work, all of you already know what Charlie would want you to do. You know. You know. If you're in high school or if you're in college, go find your local Turning Point USA chapter. Join it. Stay involved. He wants you to make a difference. And you can. You can. The movement's not going anywhere, and it will only grow stronger when you join it. If there isn't a chapter, you can't find one, then start one. There is no excuse. You can start one. And as my husband used to say in this room, every single day, if you want to get involved, the best way you can do that is going to tpusa.com. That's what he would say every day from this chair. Every single day. I watched his show every day, and he would always say, if you want to get involved, go to tpusa.com. If you're a pastor, join our movement at TPUSA Faith. And if you're a parent, I highly recommend that you come to America Fest in December. Sign up right now for that because we would love to see you. I would love to see you. Charlie would. He'll be there. He'll be there in spirit. Bring your kids, bring your family. But most important of all, if you aren't a member of a church, I beg you to join one. A Bible-believing church. Our battle is not simply a political one. Above all, it is spiritual. It is spiritual. The spiritual warfare is palpable. Charlie loved his Savior with all of his heart, and he wanted every one of you to know him too. He wanted everyone to know that if they confess the Lord Jesus Christ who rose from the dead, then they will be saved. Hear me when I say this. Nobody is ever too young to know the gospel. Nobody. Nobody is ever too young to get involved with saving this beautiful country, this country my husband loved and still loves. And nobody is ever too old either. There's no age limit.
Red Knight going down, dude.
I know my husband is still here. He's watching over us. I don't remember the last time I slept.
What was that, man?
So Red Knight going down, dude. That's pretty long, man.
Yeah.
Eyes are burning.
All right, man. Well, if you guys want, go ahead and check out the rest of the video. It's definitely worth the watch. But yeah, we appreciate you guys for stopping by. Don't forget to like this video, share it out with your friends. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Yeah, take care of each other. Look out for each other. Survive.
Yeah, keep your head on a swivel, man. Watch out for your family. Be aware, and don't be looking at your phone and shit when you're in public. And especially obviously using public transit. I mean, we're living in a different, regardless if it's a different world or not. It's surely a different time, and there's a good possibility that shit's just gonna get more fucked up.
Yep, absolutely. But yeah, we appreciate you guys stopping by. Like, subscribe, let us know what you think. See ya.